Welcome to New Challengers North American Underdog Tournament. My name is Rathan, and I'm here with Insight.
Dude, New Challenger has a nice intro. That was pretty sick, wasn't it?
It is great. I love it. I've heard we might get a new one at some point. That's even better. I'm not sure.
Ooh, something to be hyped for.
So I think the timer is just about done here. We're going to go ahead and click the button here. We've given plenty of pre-warnings to people to get their check-ins in.
Yeah, they've had fair notice.
All right, so we're processing check-ins. All right. Let me do the bracket labels real quick, and then we will kick off round one. Why don't you go ahead and take a look at the brackets as they are real quick, and let me know if there's anybody that you want to see on stream.
Oof. I'll have to have a look now that people have been pruned off from the lack of checking in. No biggie, people got things to do. All right. Let's see. We got a few new names that I see. People like Demilik and Strong Meng. Don't think I've ever heard those names before, but of course, we got some classics coming in. Adam and Monk Unit. Been in, I think, every tournament so far. Pretty close to it.
I think that's right. Adam used to be Y Alex. Now he's Adam R. Just to get rid of confusion.
Did he actually change his PSN name yet?
I believe
That's
he
the real
did.
question.
I believe he did.
Nice. That'll make our lives much easier, and the viewers. Always looking out for you guys. So for those of you who haven't realized, this is the fourth tournament in the series. Getting to that halfway point, there will be 8 tournaments in our NA Underdog series before that final playoff invitational at the end. Big shout outs to Matcherino sponsoring the whole event and many other New Challenger events even going to this. All the proceeds from Matcherino that we get for this tournament specifically, those will be going to Child's Play charity. So that's real nice. Since there is no prize pool, as I'm sure most of you are aware, Matcherino usually the money goes to prize pools, but this is all for charity. It makes it even better, right? Children's charity at that. So, for the kids, get there, put in that code on the screen right now, and that will donate $1 in your name, and that's not your own dollar, right? Matcherino will donate $1 for you. So you might as well, while we're getting things set up right now, just head on over, type in that code, and maybe look at the other stuff, Maybe there's something else that you might be able to do to help out the kids. Donate some of your own money, buy one of the products, which some of the profit actually goes to the charity as well. You can see all that if you go to the website on your screen. We also get that New Challenger merch. I always like shouting that out because people always talk about in the feedback of our Discord, they're saying, dude, New Challenger merch when? I want to rep the squad when I go to locals, when I go to that next major. Well, here you have it. And you get to donate to charity too. Easy. See, it looks like how many players we got this tournament? 15?
Yeah, it looks like 15, and I'm just about done with the brackets here, so we should be starting off round one in a moment here, as soon as we figure out who we want on stream. So for the new viewers, chat hasn't said anything yet.
Chat, you gotta let us know
for
who you want to
Matcherino
see
here. Let's see, what was the Matcherino command, though?
Give me a Pog Champ if you want someone new. Give me a Kappa if you want an old classic. I see a Pog Champ before I even said that. Clearly they want some.
Always got to get those new guys in here. All right, and just to get that link up in chat, there we go. That's the link to the Matcherino if you don't feel like dealing with the tiny URL, which is still not that big of a deal. So if you want to check stream now, we have the brackets on stream, ready to go. Looks like we might...
And shout outs to already. We got 2 people going in, donating that dollar code. Thanks, guys. See if any of you haven't done that already. Go hit it up.
All right, so that being said, if we want somebody new that we haven't seen yet, I don't think we've seen Strongmang. That's a new person. Demilik is new. We saw Slave a Slave last week, though.
He did well, though. Definitely did well.
Clutchco is new. OT123, also new. Extreme Ways. I don't think we have any match this round that's completely new.
Yeah. Does not look like it. Over half the bracket is indeed returning players. Already have a little bit of a foothold in the points for the league.
Why don't we grab Strongmang versus Crankshaft? That one looks like one we might not have seen in a while.
Alright, go for it.
Okay, if you want to send out the invite, I will go ahead and make the announcement here.
Alright, for those of you asking chat, what's the code? Code is always on the screen. It will be changing throughout the entire stream, so you you can't just use the code later. It's supposed to be for people actually watching live. But it was always be on the screen somewhere. Usually in the bottom right, as it is right now. It'll be on the left when we're on the actual Matcherino page, and it'll be on the bottom left, I believe, when we're in game.
And there we go. We have the start tournament button has been pressed. Announcements have been made. Invites are going out. That's right. On the screen we've got up right now, the Matcherino code is going to be in the lower right-hand corner. When we're in game, I'll go ahead and show that screen real quick. You can see the Matcherino code will be in the middle left and right. There is the tiny URL in the Matcherino code. And then on the main Matcherino ad page, it's just on that left panel.
So we're about to see some exciting matches today. Hopefully, I know Adam R is going to be looking to get that sick first place win that he's been looking for in the past 3 tournaments. I think he's got second twice and third once, something like that. He's been placing really well, but just hasn't managed to get that number 1 spot yet.
Well, I mean, I tell you what, you might not even need the number 1 slot if you just keep placing so well. If I remember correctly, he's getting pretty up there in the rankings already.
I think he's actually number 1 in the rankings, despite not being I
believe you're right. I think he dethroned Pace's X.
Mm-hmm. Now remember, those ranking points are going to contribute to your seeding in the final tournament, regardless of qualification, anything like that. So even if you've qualified, it is nice to come show up to another tournament later.
And with
just to get that higher seed.
With 8 tournaments, this is tournament 4. We are at the halfway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, we see we got Crankshaft in here, still waiting on
Looks like Strongmang might need another invite. I'll send him one real quick.
That's one Strongmang. Alright, Crankshaft, repping the Canada flag.
I mean, that's part of North America.
That indeed it is. Some would call it Discount America.
No, it's just America's hat.
Just America's hat. Wow, all these good players. Look at me, my filthy bronze icon, and these gold and silvers. Super silvers at that.
You gotta be super,
gotta level up. I'm only level 0 as Manat.
Well, I mean, I know you're bodying me in Dragon Ball FighterZ, so I know you got it in you.
What, we haven't played. You're PC, I'm PS4.
I'm pretty sure you got me.
Dragon Ball doesn't have crossplay.
You killed me right off a console.
Nah. You got that strong duck. That strong can't play you duck. Alright, here we go. I think it was Balrog versus Cammy.
I think that's what the screen showed, but...
Yep.
Yep, there we go.
That's who they pick. Indeed.
And we got a V-Trigger 2 out of Balrog there. I've heard that makes him S tier now.
No mercy. That's all I got to say about that. Alright guys, we're gonna have Balrog versus Cammy. Player 1 side. Mr. Crankshaft.
And they're playing the full intro. They're spreading the hype.
We're here in the underground arena. You can see Zangief's bear in the back. His master, his mentor.
I got a sweep there.
Party calling. If you know what I mean. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Alright. Not the cleanest punish, but you know, we take it. We take it. Seeing some neutral. Good.
Got some good anti-air out of Balrog there.
It's gonna be hard to anti-air that because of how it changes her jump momentum.
Crankshaft doesn't care. It's not too hard.
Missing some confirms, but getting hits anyway. A lot of scrambling, despite all the neutral we're seeing.
So that throw out of Balrog with the V-trigger, I've heard that there's really good Oki off of that, but I didn't really see him making use of that.
You know, I was actually about to ask that. Whether or not he gets Oki off of that.
I've heard, and I haven't checked this, so I don't know if it's 100% true, but I've heard the Oki off of his V-trigger throw is better than command grabs from grapplers.
Ooh, that's pretty scary. To be fair, at least command grabs from grapplers, like, if you guess right, you're out. But, maybe his, even if you guess right, you're still in. Ooh, going for the big damages right there. Wait a minute, can't you actually... Right, they buffed the V-trigger once, so even after that arrow, can't you do another that lets you chain into critical art later?
I'm not sure about that one. I don't really know Cammy inside out.
I think that was something that came with this patch, but either way, closing it out, nicely done. Just, I would love to see that, because I think that combo was pretty hype if I remember Twitter correctly.
I mean, 3.5 is still pretty new. I'm not sure that everybody's labbed all the new stuff yet.
Of course, of course. You know, both these characters, great footsies. I'm seeing a lot of brawling, though. The footsies, these players aren't doing it too well, but I mean...
Looks like Strongman was trying to line up that dive kick to just hit the toes so he'd be plus there, but he just kind of went a little bit too short.
Dude, that is so hard to do, honestly. Oof.
And I mean, there's the problem, is if you don't line it up right, you can either whiff if you're too short, or you hit Balrog in the head if you're too long, and then he gets a full punish on you.
Whiffing sometimes isn't that big of a deal because it's, you know, there's no hit stops, or block stop, I guess.
Yep.
So it can be hard to react appropriately, but I mean, if what you're playing is footsies, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for those whiffs.
Definitely.
Alright, so... Crankshaft does take game 1. Heading into game 2, let's see what kind of changes we see. Alright, let's see. So, you know, Rush Punch from Balrog is safe, especially when spaced so well, but Cammy's little drill, a little less so.
I mean, you can space that one safe, it's a bit harder, though. And that's not it.
Can you? I've actually not seen it.
I believe you can. I have heard that if you land with just the tip of it, it's safe.
Interesting. Do you know if that also attributes to all 3 versions? I know the heavy is like 2 hits and everything.
I do not know that.
Alright. Just curious. Oof, the pressure. We gotta see some blocking. Alright.
See that neutral jump, but Balrog didn't bite.
Spiral arrow.
Crankshaft closed it out with the low.
Crankshaft's definitely been coming out on top in the general footsie game. A lot less scrambling this game compared to the last one. Lot cleaner play from both players. Maybe they felt each other out more. Maybe they didn't warm up ahead of time. Either way, I like what I'm seeing.
And I mean, this is the first match of the night, so it could just be warm up.
Ooh, stun? I didn't have the EX meter. Alright, gets it anyway. Clean, perfect.
Uh-oh.
Strongman taking it back.
Do we have the full comeback? Can we get it? There's some damage.
Well, we're going for it, that's for sure. What's the mix-up?
Messed that meaty up a little bit. Came a little bit too early. And
Yeah,
there's
that happened
low
a lot. Just getting caught. Pure footsies, just caught in the movement. Balrog obviously having a little bit longer range on those moves. You know, Cammy can contest that range with her spiral, as she tried. Well, that's much riskier on her end. Crankshaft winning round 1.
Pretty convincingly. Let's see what we've got on the brackets here. believe there was some questions about score recording.
You do that stuff. I'll sit here with the chat, let them know what's up. By the by, you know, it's different. I'm stepping in, like chat. You catch them. I'm throwing down. You taking a ride down my slip and slide, chat. Chat, you gotta let me know. Are you getting sprung by my superstitions? You reverberate with my vibrations. You cracking an egg to make my egg. I don't know where I'm going with this. So as the first match of round 1, looks like a couple people are turning in their scores, but most of round 1 is still going on underway off stream.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick one, so we might have a minute or two to wait here. While we're waiting on that, why don't we let everybody know about the Matcherino again? Some people might not have been here yet. We've got Matcherino up on screen right now. They are sponsoring this tournament series. You have a tiny URL up on screen. We also have a link in chat. And if you enter that coupon code that's out there on the left panel on stream right now, that will up the donate pool on the Matcherino by $1. You don't have to donate anything. You can if you want. We've got some amazing merch there if you want that as well. But just enter that coupon code. The donation pool goes up by $1, and all of that's going to Child's Play charity to provide toys and video games to children who are in the hospital.
Now, Ethan, that last game got me thinking. You know, maybe you can explain something to me. Isn't Cammy supposed to be like top tier now with that last patch?
Oh, poor honest Cammy. She needs more buffs.
Wait, how did he not win? He was playing the top tier character.
Well, one thing I've always said is the tier of your character matters less than the tier of your player.
Oh, interesting. You know, I've never heard that before. I'm used to people saying, pick a top tier, you scrub.
The Gospel of Sanford Kelly, I see.
You know it. Does Sanford Kelly even still play this game?
I don't know. I don't think I've seen him in a while. Maybe he didn't pick a top tier.
Maybe he didn't like the top tiers. His word, if you don't like a top tier, apparently you're supposed to quit.
That's harsh.
You know, watching other players, like, I don't see if I'm following. I see a lot of people doing well with low tiers and mid tiers. All right, maybe not low tiers. Low tiers kind of have the hard life. I'm sorry, low tiers.
I mean, to be honest, though, when it comes to Street Fighter V, when it comes to the tier list, the tiers are much closer together than I've seen in a lot of other games. When you're talking mid-tier and high-tier and low-tier in this game, there's not a lot of difference, to be honest. We have like 1 or 2 characters that are legitimately low-tier and 1 or 2 characters that are legitimately top-tier, and everybody else is pretty samey.
From my experience, it's kind of like in the top-level play, it's much more noticeable, but you know, some other games, even in mid-level play, you can see the tier difference, right? But this one, not really.
Yeah, and I mean, that's like, it basically goes back to what I was saying before. The player tier matters more than the character tier, but once you've got your player tier totally maxed out, a couple of triple S rank plus gods playing against each other, those high-tier characters can make quite a difference.
Mm-hmm.
All right, looks like we got round 1 just about filled in here now. Put that back up on stream. Looks like we have 1 match that's not submitted fully yet, but other than that, we're going to have Adam R versus Meganimania, Lizardman 301 versus Crankshaft, Slave a Slave versus Airhead, and all of these are returning players except for Meganimania. So we could start off with that one and see what Megan's got for us. Or we could wait for
top seed.
Wait for this next one to fill in. I mean, yeah, that's going to be the mystery match right there, because we've got our current number 1 versus a brand new unknown newcomer.
And he beat, all right, Super Prince Bro. Was that also a newcomer, or has he been here before?
That's also a newcomer, yes.
All right, so he just beat another newcomer. Weren't we saying that there wasn't 2 newcomers facing each other?
I think we did, but we missed it. It's just at the top, you know, it scrolled up. We didn't know.
We're gonna claim that someone changed the brackets, right? And they weren't there before. Yep, that's our excuse.
Makes sense. Yeah, I like that. I like that excuse.
All right, cool. We're on the same page when the cops come. You know what to say.
Yep. And it looks like Monk Unit is going to be filling in that next bracket. So I feel like our best bet for an interesting newcomer match is going to be that top one right there. So why don't we grab that on stream for the next round? If you want to send out those invites, I will go ahead and make the announcements.
Making me do things.
Hard life.
Exactly. Thanks for understanding. Where the hell's the underscore on the PlayStation keyboard? Press F to pay respect to me for having to send invitations with a PlayStation keyboard. I chat. Who you rooting for? The dethrone or the newcomer? Wait, the dethrone or the newcomer? That's the same thing. You want to see Adam R dethroned, or you want to see him take it all the way to the end, finally get his #1 spot that he's been looking for?
I mean, this is his fate match right here. I mean, the one person most likely to take him out declined to enter this week. Pace's X, he was here. He might even be watching. He said, no, let Adam R have his day in the sun.
Oof. Hey, I mean, I think Adam's beaten Paces before as well as Pace beating him.
I don't know.
Let's do it pretty damn even.
That's in the past. The past is behind us.
Hey, the new patch too, right? I heard Ken got nerfed because all the bad characters got nerfed, all the good characters got buffed. That's Capcom for you.
Ken was winning too many tournaments, man.
Yeah, clearly. I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what the hell the Ken changes were. Like, not even a little bit. I didn't even bother looking. No fucks about that. Ooh, more Canada.
Did hear Sakura did get some good changes. I haven't looked at them because I don't play that character, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to be honest.
But conveniently, when we don't know what a character does or what change, you can do this thing where you do at Street Fighter V coaches. You ask. Pretty nice thing you can do over at the new Challenger Discord.
All right, well, we got our contenders in here now. Just about ready to start round 2. Keep your eyes on those Matcherino codes. And we're going to give a shout out to our top donators at the end of the stream.
Do $51. Nice. We're getting there. We're getting places.
I mean, it's we got goals. So we're not at the goal yet. Got to keep going.
We have goals.
It was like 200, right? 200 was the goal. So we got Urian versus Sakura. Sakura? What's the pronunciation here?
I say Sakura. I don't know. That's just what I say.
Oh, we got the jump in.
To be whatever.
Urian trying to power up the armor and getting kicked in the face.
Is Sakura Japanese?
Yep.
Okay. I'm not going to claim to be Japanese.
I think it means cherry blossom, doesn't it?
Is it? I don't know, but... Alright, using that EX Fireball to get in, get out of the corner. Nicely done.
A lot of jumping out of Megan here. Are we going to see some more anti-airs out of Adam?
Well, I mean, we're going to see some DPs for Megan. Alright, now we got that V-trigger too. Ooh! Got him scared.
Newcomer taking it too.
Up to that throw. Quite the walk up.
Adam R just didn't want to hit a button on that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, alright. Still two. Jump-ins beat some footsies though. Adam returning with a bigger combo of his own.
Showing he's still got that damage. Oh, and an anti-air. Just a cute little poke right out of the sky.
Neutral jump the overhead. Still had time to jab for the stun. Gross. That was disgusting. Didn't even get to use a V-trigger. Sad life. Megalomania.
Looks like this is going the other way now. Adam's doing some jumping.
Is that actually the highest damage a Sakura can get off a jumping though?
I don't know. I've heard her damage is a little bit low.
Okay. I am not too familiar with Sakura. Most of what I know about Sakura is honestly from Street Fighter 4. You know, Adams, you know, when you walk up that much, that's kind of when you expect the throw, right? That's when you're going to see the high-level players just throw tech because it's like, what else are we going to do, right? And obviously, the shimmy can come into play, but
getting some mirror mix up
you should be looking for the throw at that point.
Pretty close third round there.
Yeah, it got really scary there because, you know, going for those resets in the mix-up, I don't know if you know this, but Sakura had full critical art. She could have just mashed out any point. Adam's health was low enough. Definitely would have killed.
I mean, it's still possible. We could see Adam in the losers bracket right here.
Megalomania is having a strong showing, but Adam does take game 1. Ooh, crush.
And I mean, that's the scout game.
Alright, there we go. Now we're seeing some throw techs. Ooh, drops the confirm. No big punish though.
So for me right now, this round 1, game 2, this is the round that lets you know who's going to be making the better adaptations here. Generally speaking.
Dude, I hate that. How sometimes when you walk forward and you do forward circle forward, you can get DP motion.
You just gotta tap back for just a second. Instead of doing a quarter circle forward, do half circle forward.
It's so annoying. Does that actually work though?
It does work.
I've never tried that.
Yep.
Interesting.
As long as you get a back input in there, it won't come out DP.
That's good to know. That reminds me of Twitch's mishap with I think it was Evo with the down forward short you can input. Something like that. You know, now I'm thinking, because in Street Fighter 4 you could actually tap down forward twice and you'd get DP motion. I wonder if you can do that in Street Fighter 5.
You can do pretty close to that. Let's see about this though. Decent bit of hopping back and forth still. A lot of fireballs this round.
You know, I think Adam's got a little bit of the download here, honestly. We're not seeing the jump-ins as hard. See, even there, the lightest of anti-airs, but the anti-air nonetheless. Megalomania has not been getting going like he did the very first round. Maybe Adam just needs a little bit of warm-up. But that was a nice V-trigger combo right there. Getting close to stun. Maybe this will do it. I think it would.
Don't have CA though.
Oh my god. Oh,
is this the turner? Is this it? This is it.
Yep. That should be it. He has CA.
That'll kill.
Ooh.
Very, very close.
Because I don't know. He should have at least gotten the stun. That's for sure.
I feel like this might not be the last we've seen of Megalomania.
Yeah, if it just tightened up a little bit here and there, would have been great. As is Adam is taking it. Well done to him.
All right, so let's see what the bracket looks like.
For me, that is the only one that's been updated so far.
I believe you're correct.
In fact, I see one game not even updated from round 1.
All right, I'm going to check on that. Give me a moment. I will leave you with the Matcherino.
You guys already know we got that sick Matcherino sponsorship, not sponsorship, partnership, whatever the word is. Donating all proceeds and donations over to Child's Play charity. Charity offering toys and games to sick kids in hospitals. For those of you not familiar with how Matcherino works, you go to the site over on the page right now. That tiny URL will take you straight to it. You input the code, and they will donate $1 in your name. You can also donate your own money straight out of your wallet over to the prize pool. Once again, charity pool in this case. Or purchase something from their little store right below it. All those purchases have some proceeds, or in some cases, all proceeds going straight to that pool. Real nice thing that they're doing, working with us on that. You know, we got the time. If you haven't inputted the code already, might as well go do that right now. It is just $1 free for charity. Might as well. Get anything sorted out for the tournament so far. Once again, tournament 4, halfway point. No, let me pull up the standings. Let's see what people are looking like as far as points go. Let's see. I want to see who's here trying to make their name shine a little brighter. As we said, Adam is number 1 in the points so far, but he has not auto-qualified. The winner of every tournament does auto-qualify for the final showdown.
All right, looks like Crankshaft is going to have to step away due to some pet issues, and we're going to have Extreme and Call Me Neo are still actually playing, so I think we're going to give them a couple more minutes here just to let everybody catch up.
It's interesting to hear. We could stream round 2 winners then again, another set in there, while we make round 1 losers go on as soon as that is over.
Well, I think what we'll do is we'll just drop down here to losers round 1, because we're going to need to get that run anyway. Because if you notice, winner's side here, our next matches there are top 8.
Ooh,
so we're going to need to be running our next 2 rounds is going to be losers rounds to catch up to the top 8 on losers, so we can just run down top 8. A little bit smaller of a bracket this week than we had last week. So it looks like one of our losers brackets here is waiting for that that loser of Call Me Neo versus Extreme Ways, which is underway right now. But we also have Stoneaway versus Strongmang and Damilik versus Clutchco. And we've seen Strongmang already today, so I say we stream up Damilik versus Clutchco.
All right, that sounds good to me.
Hopefully that'll let everybody else catch up a bit. We'll have losers round 2 completely filled out. We can run that and jump right into top 8. I'll go ahead and make that announcement if you want to get Damilik and Clutchco in here.
Can we do this again? Oh, and apparently Megnomania never left. Conveniently, people's names in the challenge bracket are indeed their fighter IDs, their CFNs. So that's really convenient. Don't have to go look up some secondhand source or ask them. Really appreciate that, guys. Does anyone here have stocks in the Clutch Company? I know I got some. They're doing pretty well recently. I see lots of clutch moments in Street Fighter V with that V-trigger nonsense. I like to call it hype, personally. Know what I mean? Give the update. I was saying earlier about checking the standings, right? Seeing how people's points are lying. We see Liz Man in the tournament right now. He's sitting at a nice 9th place on the leaderboard. Sitting pretty in the middle, doing pretty well overall. But of course, does not hurt to get a few more points in when you can. Monk unit is not doing too well for himself on the point system. Certainly looking to find some more. You know, pretty far down there, tied with a number of people for 24th place. You know, you only need top 16, so it doesn't. You don't need too much, but you gotta fight for it for sure. You definitely gotta fight for it. Looks like we got people in the lobby now.
We are ready to go.
Slava Slave did pretty well in his past tournament run, so he's got some points in there, but you know he's on the cutoff. Literally 15 out of 16. Definitely wants to look for some more. Now these two players we got right now, I believe they're both new, sitting at 0 points in the league. With 5 tournaments to go, including this one, they can certainly make it up there.
All right, we've got both V-Trigger 1, Ed versus Laura.
With the classic Street Fighter title. Nothing new, nothing fancy. Keeping it simple. That's
Starting
clutch
out with
for
some
you.
pokes back and forth here.
Ed did back himself to the corner, but you know, we're back mid-screen anyway. Definitely walking back more than he's walking forward.
Yep.
Milik is, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, especially with Ed. Right, you do want to you want to try and like zone a little bit more. That's what he's good at.
Not to mention, against a grappler, it's always scary getting up in their face. Sometimes you have to, though.
It seems like he's a bit too scared. Maybe not even aware of Laura's options though, because he's just walking back slowly sometimes. Not even like down back. Not entirely sure what's up with that. Klutchko could easily punish with just, you know, clean crouching medium kick. With crouching medium kick. Does well in that range that the Milik is walking back in, right?
And we are seeing a lot of like specials and buffered pokes into specials out of Demilik here.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see some more kick confirms and stuff with it, right?
It was a good neutral jump.
Yeah, going for some hard callouts here, like see that little EX upper a couple times now. Klutchko is certainly punishing it every time, so just wake up with the lightning legs. Oof. I don't discourage that right there, but that was called out. That's all there is to it.
And I mean, we are going to see some of that. This is a newer players tournament. This is the Underdog tournament. No platinums, no diamonds, no masters here. Come here for all your training and learning needs.
So that later you can get to platinum and diamond and masters
and grandmaster.
All right, maybe that's a bit too much. Nice confirming combo with Klutchko right there. Well done, well done. Both trying to call out a tech throw. Nice knowledge of the situation. Didn't come.
Oh, there's another one of those uppers
Big
there.
whiff there. Now, unless something changed, I could be wrong. Reversal lightning fists is not invincible, right?
I don't think it is, no. I think it's
All
just
right,
the,
just
what is
making
it?
sure.
Is it Psycho Upper or Psycho Rising that's invincible? I'm not sure which.
I thought it was just the little uppercut one, but I could be right. Right? Non-Ed main. Don't see many Eds at all, in general. Not the most popular character. But, you know, that might be something that's like, maybe he's literally mashing, right? So he's ended up getting that move when he doesn't mean to.
I mean, that's what Capcom made the character for. I mean, whether you think that's a good thing or a bad thing, they said, look, you want to play a character with no motion inputs? Here he is.
Ooh, getting close to stun here. One hit. Keep the pressure up, maybe? Alright, just like that. Chance is done for that. In fact, now Klutchko getting close to stun. All right, there we go. Finally seeing one of those hit. Good place, good time. But hashtag footsies. All right, yeah, like I don't know if that's maybe just like an online tactic type deal. That's my wake up jab. That is a super fast move.
Demilik taking around there, and I mean, here's one of the other things with this too is Klutchko is, you know, ranking-wise here the better player, but Demilik is going to take that round, and a lot of it comes down to also just learning how to play against players who aren't playing a way that you're used to seeing that character played.
Mm-hmm. Might have been expecting the mash reacts up there. Demilik takes advantage, gets the wake-up throw. That's why if you're trying to bait a DP or something, you can't stand right next to them, because you don't want that throw to be an option for them. You don't want to give them that mix-up. Yeah, a little bit out of range. Alright, but that unwarranted
Klutchko closing it out
from Demilik. Klutchko, all the momentum he needed. Taking that game in round. Well done. You know, Demilik, the nice thing though, for Demilik is, right, there's a lot of things that you can just improve on. You know, once you get to a certain level, like Klutchko, what he was doing, right, it's kind of hard to say all the places that he could have improved and done better. Whereas Klutchko, you know, it's easy to get up to the next level. We could see him back in 2 weeks in the next tournament doing much, much better. As long as he goes and uses the resources available to him, such as our new Challenger Discord and their coaches, just to get up there. So let's look back at the brackets now. Looks like the rest of round one losers still going on. We did finally catch up in the winners bracket side.
Probably getting close to finishing there. Well, winners side, that's top 8, so we're not running that quite yet. We need to run this losers round 2 first.
Call Me Neo and OT123 might have taken a while to start their matches. I would not be surprised to hear they're taking a bit. But Crankshaft had to leave, right?
Yes, Crankshaft left.
So their next match is conveniently free on losers round 2, right? Because that's just a DQ anyways.
I believe so, and it looks like Airhead and Super Prince Bro here might have jumped the gun on losers round 2.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, let's look to see Monk Unit versus the winner of Stowaway versus Strong Meng next. We did see Strong Meng, of course, very first round of today. But Stowaway is a new participant that we have not seen yet today or any other tournament. Nice to see him against Monk Unit, who I think we caught on stream once before. Just wait for that to finish up. So, Ethan, how are you liking the TOing business?
I think it's a lot of fun so far. Really nice getting in here, seeing some really cool matches, getting to see all the different styles and all the different matchups that I might not see all the time.
I mean, you get to see that just from like all the people in chat right now. They get to see that. You don't need a TO to see that. Then again, if you weren't here TOing it, no one would get to see it.
It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, we could just have no TOs, no tournaments. That's a thing. Would I like it? Nah, of course not. I like my tournament. But, you know, we don't have to have these. We're spoiled. Have to have tournaments. You know, some fighting games don't get tournaments. Classic games. No one plays anymore.
Looks like we might have had some issues here with Stowaway and Strongmen getting the invites actually sent out. So that one might not get done for a few minutes here. Call Me Neo versus OT123. I'm not sure where that one's at. We can get a check on that.
See if they did indeed even start, because once again, we did start losers round 1 before their match was set to play. So they might not have gotten the message. I'm just sitting here casually petting my cat. Feeling like that guy from, shit, what's it called? That guy from Austin Powers with Mini-Me. What was his name? Someone help me out.
Dr. Evil?
Dr. Evil? Was that it? It sounds right, but at the
Dr.
same time
Evil with Mini-Me and all the other henchmen.
I haven't seen Austin Powers in ages. Decades. Millennia. Hours.
Alright, so I think what we're going to do here, since we're still waiting on Call Me Neo versus OT123, and we're still waiting on Stowaway versus Strongman, what we can do is we can just play Meganomania versus Clutchco here. And we'll get that on stream. And hopefully the rest of these guys can get caught up. And if they're not, then we can always jump back up to winners semis here, because that's going to be top 8, and every one of those is streamed. So we'll have plenty of time to wait for losers to get filled in.
And the real convenient part about this is they already have the invites. I don't have to send anything out. Just sit here being lazy. Oof, this is what I love about commentary. If only this was like top tier venue, major commentary, and I could just be like, someone grab me a water, and I don't even have to. But I don't get to pet my cat. Which is better? Free stuff, petting my cat. I'm gonna go with petting my cat. Clutchco is sitting in here. Still waiting on Meganomania.
Yep. Meganomania also giving us a really strong showing on her first match, so hopefully we get a really good match again.
Did you do your TO thing where you told him to come?
I did. Everybody should be on the way.
All right. Just making sure.
I blame Capcom.
I blame the white man. It's the easiest thing to blame.
Oh, you trying to start a race riot?
Oh, you can't start a race riot if you're white. Isn't that the rule? I heard that was the rule.
That's racist. Alright, I'm going to send out another invite real quick in case the other one expired or something. That happens sometimes, right?
Invites expire? I think I can come like 3 years later, right? As long as the lobby's still open. Alright, let's get some I am Rashid of the Turbulent Wind. Remember the name in the chat.
Here we go. Sakura versus Laura.
Show me what you got.
So at this point, the lobby is entirely female characters, but I think there's still only one female player in the lobby.
There's a female player in this lobby?
Yep, Meganomania.
How do you know this? That's the real question.
Because Discord.
Discord tells you people's gender?
No, people in Discord do.
Oh, interesting. What's a Discord?
Round 1.
I think we all know that answer. Come on.
Discord's so good. Let's talk about that for a moment. Through the game. Discord's so nice. I remember when I had to use Skype. The thing was trash.
We're getting a lot
Skype
of throws
got
here.
worse. Skype used to be better. Skype got worse. Ah, I thought that was just done.
A lot of throws so far, and I mean, I guess it's a grappler matchup, so that's going to happen, but... That wake-up DP did not work out how Megan wanted.
You know, we saw Klitschko baiting out reversals even earlier. Back last set that we just caught. Yeah, just like that. Klitschko didn't even spend any bar that entire game, I don't think.
Sitting on a lot of it now, so you might be right.
Ooh, got the jump in, but didn't notice. Tried to go for the jump throw. Classic kick throw setup, but unfortunately. Some misspaced jumps from our Sakura player. Don't even think she could get the cross up from these ranges that she's jumping at. You know, we got a little bit more. There we go. We got one. We got one.
There we go. There we go. There's the cross-up she was looking for.
Does Laura have a good anti-air from that angle? Right? Covering the cross-up?
I'm not seeing one yet, so maybe not?
Ooh, that one didn't cross up. Countered as well, but... I thought it was going to.
Getting pretty low on life here. Everybody's sitting on a lot of meter. Looks like Laura's flying elbow anti-air doesn't work at that range, at least. This could go either way at this point.
It's preemptive, right?
Next could confirm here and let rounds over.
A lot of bar on both sides.
That could be... No. Oh, where's the wake up? What we got? That's it.
Just like we talked about earlier. Last set, same problem the Klitschko had. Right, when you're baiting out that DP, you shouldn't be doing it right in their face.
Yeah, you get to get that shimmy.
That happens.
The shimmy is the right answer there. Fixes DPs, fixes wake up throw.
Shimmy specifically to bait throws. Backdashing the grab. And right, you can punish that now with all the Season 3 changes. I don't believe you could before. Couldn't backdash and have time to punish. Maybe you could have with some characters though.
It might even depend on which command grab or anything like that it is. Not sure it's all of them. It might be.
I think actually, right. So we've seen Klitschko recognizing these jumps and trying to anti-air them. Right there again, we saw it, but doesn't know the anti-air for it. Laura might not really have one. I think jump back, like jump back light punch, jump back light kick, one of those.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much
the solution here.
That's pretty much the universal option for the crossover is going for the jump back.
Yeah. So you know, if you watch this ever, Klitschko, good thing to add to the repertoire because you know you're trying to figure it out on the fly, and that's luckily he's not getting, you know, he's still not getting hit by them, right? He's still blocking, or honestly, many of the time Meganomania is just misspacing it, so it can't hit. So it's not really being a detriment to Klitschko, but it'd be nice to add up those little taps here and there, a little bit more damage on the board.
Yeah, definitely. We have seen Meganomania losing a lot of life here to those misspaced cross-ups. But on the other hand, we have seen Klitschko losing a lot of life to those non-anti-aired cross-ups.
Yeah.
That's a risky opening.
Doesn't get the crouch counter confirmed. Well, I remember people were talking about...
Sakura's DP isn't crush counterable.
Oh, really? I actually did not know that.
Just the EX.
Interesting. Yeah, I remember people talking about in this patch, crush counters got nerfed a little. Crush counter starters added some scaling to them, and some characters might actually have better punishes besides crush counters for like blocking a DP now. That'd be interesting to see come out over the upcoming month or so. People figure that stuff out.
Oh, there's the throw to close it out. Well
done, well done. We got a lot of bar on both sides. Certainly no shortage of EX moves this round. Getting the Vortex going. The late tech. Oh, stun.
Are we
Like
up?
a perfect-
We're up.
See, that was another situation, though. That one, I don't think he actually... I think that was a really nice jump out. I don't think Klutchko was ready. But, you know, before, even if Klutchko was ready, Meganomania has proven that he can get that jump a little bit for free. Because Klutchko doesn't know the counter to it. And that's something that's always unfortunate to see, actually. When you just don't know the counter to something.
Does Sakura maybe have a deeper cross-up button here? I know that button she's hitting looks like a jumping medium, but
that was definitely jumping medium kick. I know jumping light kick also cross-up, but I think it's about the same cross-up button. So it's just poorly spaced jumps, right? You need to be a little bit further away to be hitting that nicely. Maybe Meganomania used to play a different character with a slightly different jump arc or something, or just hasn't gotten that spacing down yet. But that is definitely what the issue was. So as I say, Klutchko taking it over Meganomania, putting him into that puts him into the top 8 losers, right?
That does, and that's unfortunately going to put Meganomania out for this week. But hopefully we'll see her again soon.
That's a number of points, 9th place.
It's tied for 9th. So let's
5
see.
points. Yep, 5 points for 9th place. Far from bad. Do that at a few tournaments, and suddenly you're in top 16.
First match, top 8 here is going to be Adam R versus Extreme Ways 76. And remember, when we get to the final rounds here, so winners finals and losers finals, those are best of 5 instead of best of 3, but we are still best of 3 right now.
Looks like we are still waiting on one game in loser's side to clean up the top 8, but that doesn't mean we can't go ahead and start streaming them. Running through. Save people some time. We know you guys love being here with us, though. Hearing our beautiful voices on the mic. Top tier commentary, top tier tournament play, top tier fun. It's like a cocaine addiction. You just can't get enough of it. Until you run out of money.
Alright, so let's get these invites sent out. I think some of these players might already have invites.
Only a couple. Adam does, Extreme Ways does not. I'll go ahead and send that out, though. Might as well.
I believe I might already have them both sent.
Oh, really? Nice. I hope you're right, because I'm not doing it now, but you told me that.
Fine, then. And while we're waiting for that match to kick off, just reminding everybody of the match arena. We have the tiny URL and the coupon code in the bottom right-hand corner. That will allow you to add $1 to the donation pool. Not donate $1, just add one. Enter the coupon code, donation pool goes up $1. You don't have to pay anything, you don't have to do anything except enter that code. If you do want to do something or donate something, we have some merch available, we have t-shirts, we've got Soylent, we've got good stuff there. Or you can just donate. It all goes to a good cause. We're sending all this money off to Child's Play charities to buy toys and video games and diversions for children in hospitals to check out. The way that works is they can check out those games and toys to their room and play with those while they're stuck there in the hospital.
Let's do this.
All right, looks like Extreme Ways plays Ryu.
That's
classic,
but rare these days.
Yeah, because he sucks.
As
we were saying
he's in the
before,
bottom quarter.
Well, I think he might suck. He might suck, but it takes a long time. You gotta get to a pretty high level to get to the point where you're holding your character back instead of your character holding you back.
That's the thing.
Living legend. What a title.
He's got the V-Trigger 2 on Ryu. Let's see what kind of work he can do with that.
That means no unblockables.
Don't worry.
Unblockable, guard break, whatever you want to call it.
Round 1.
But scary, scary parries.
Scary.
Let's see some plasma here. Ryu is the original plasma master.
Yeah, but Urian got some of his own. And now that he got the armor up, but not even have to care as much about it.
Starting off nice and slow here. Got some footsies.
Right. We're usually known as being the jack of all trades. In this game, he's much more just kind of a zoner.
Usually he's the jack of all trades. Today he's just Jack.
He's just a jack. But we're gonna see some extreme ways right here, like wake up back throw, putting Adam in the corner after backing himself into the corner, throwing out. That was a very weird interaction with those creative fireballs.
That's a mirror.
And extended pass. Just gets hit.
Wasn't blocking on wake up.
Yeah, I don't know if he misinput his DP. Or if, just wasn't blocking, didn't know that Adam could get a meaty there. Certainly possible, either way. But in general, you kind of gotta respect on the wake up. Maybe not as much online.
Maybe he just said, you know what, I don't know if this guy's meaties are tight. I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna hit that 3-frame button and see what happens.
Mm-hmm. That's a pretty easy meaty from Urian right there on that one setup, though, just saying. Pretty hard to mess that one up.
I feel like Adam R is just making some use of reaction times here.
Finally
testing Extreme Way's reaction to those whiffs.
Dashed in, got caught.
Urian dropping the base real quick.
Not looking good for Extreme Ways, but far. Never mind, it's over.
Definitely not a one-sided match, though.
Definitely not.
I mean, you got to give it to him. Extreme Ways has made it this far in winners bracket. This isn't losers. This is winners. He hasn't.
Yeah, even if he loses, doesn't mean he can't run it back later. Plow his way through some other unfortunate foes.
Round 1. Fight.
Be
Got
gone.
that nice slow plasma start again.
And Ryu might want to play footsies, but sadly, Urian's footsies are a little bit. Was that the donkey kick?
I believe it was.
Hype. Nice air-to-air, good reaction.
I think tonight has been somewhat characterized by a lack of air-to-airs, or anti-airs, even.
Nah, you're just making assumptions. We've seen less and less fireballs as this game has gone on, though. Don't know exactly why. We haven't shown any, no one's been committing to jump overs or anything, really. That often to go against it, so it's like... Might as well keep busting them out. Oof!
There we go. Busting
Nice
out of
catch
that
on the
reset.
air reset.
Extreme Ways say, here's some floor over here. I've got it just for you.
I love this stage. This stage is sick.
It's a classic.
So
It's
nice.
beautifully remade. HD remake.
I also think this is the one they put in Smash 4. Right. That shows how popular the stage is. It's in Smash.
This stage belongs in a museum.
Yep, and that's why you can't react to those fireballs.
Not at that range, anyway. Jumping over fireballs is entirely a range-dependent thing.
Well, I mean, on reaction, though. You can jump them straight up on reaction, of course, but not usually forward. or else you'll just get anti-aired cleanly.
I feel like we're about to see a mirror. There it is.
Woo! Nicely done. Put the mirror in front, kept it there, kept him scared, goes for the cross-up. Or you can straight through it, though.
Sure, you can have this mirror. I don't want it.
Alright, and now he's got V-Trigger 2 set up.
Urian trying to go for the armor and losing the game.
Not really any point of that. He had so little health anyway. Armor doesn't really matter. Like, questionable. Maybe he didn't realize quite how low he is. Awareness is a skill in its own right.
Maybe he just didn't think he was going to do it.
Rest of the UI. I mean, yeah, but like, even if you get up the armor, like, what's the point?
You can't underestimate the taunt value of the armor.
Hey, if he wanted to taunt, he'd pull out the thong. But we know Adamar is a classier man than that.
He doesn't do that. That's not how he plays.
Ooh. Nice anti-air. Oh, unfortunately. Doesn't charge up the ball quite enough. Drops the combo. You got V-Trigger on both sides, though.
Got a lot of plasma flying back and forth this round.
It is 1-1. So, you know, both players were, I'm sure, were hoping to close it out cleanly. Nice, easy 2L. That's what they were looking for, but no one's going down easy. This is the jump in. He has meter. Not enough. Wow. Again, just wake up throw, right?
You gotta get that shimmy.
That 50-50, dude. Wake up throw or wake up DP. Which is gonna be?
I feel like that's what we're missing tonight. We're missing anti-airs and we're missing shimmies.
Yeah, shimmy a pretty high level tactic though.
It doesn't need to be though.
It doesn't need to be.
I feel like a lot of people, they say, you know what, good players shimmy, and I'm not a good player, so I'm not going to shimmy, but it's okay, you too can shimmy.
That was a lot of stuff. Yeah, I mean, I just meant that as in like, right, shimmy, of course, being useful, but there are other things that people work on first. Right? Shimmy's added to the repertoire later down the road.
Fair enough. Urian trying to show Ryu that firm handshake.
Now, of course, you can take whatever road you want. In the end, you kind of gotta learn everything. But some things will attribute more to success early on. Some things are minor details. Minute points.
Getting a lot of mileage out of that dive kick right now.
Yeah, just switching things up in the last round, pulling up some stuff that Streamways isn't quite used to, right? That's the strat that Adam's got going. Woo, nice aim.
We've seen Extremeways pulling out that V-Trigger pretty often, but I haven't seen a lot of use of its parry yet.
And Adam just,
you
got mixed up. You got mixed up a lot right there at the very end.
He'll be back, though.
Always the right reads on Extremeways' parts. Well done.
Definitely showing us that you can't let a low-tier character hold back a high-tier player. Player versus player, just winning out in the battle of the minds.
I don't know, man. Infiltration doesn't play Nash anymore.
That is true. Doesn't play Jury anymore either.
I think he still does, actually. I'm pretty sure we still see him busted out in top 8s. You know,
it's not what his Twitter told me.
It's not the main. It's definitely not the main. He is definitely playing Monot more, but I think he does still pull it out here and there. Then again, I'm pretty sure I saw it at NCR, but then again, that was right before the recent patch, right? And that recent patch did buff Monot even more. You know, most people saying right now she's top 3, but of course the patch isn't new. Early impressions, right? Just on paper, she sounds like it. We'll see if that translates.
Yeah, I think Infiltration did put something on his Twitter the other day about 100% dropping Jury for Monot now, but time will tell. We'll see. I mean, it definitely gets that point where, you know, the crowd's yelling for it. He might do it.
You know, sometimes, right? Like sometimes it's a player thing. Maybe the character doesn't win the matchup, or the character isn't as strong. But against, not just as a player, I'm better at the character, right? But maybe against my opponent, they're not as good against this character. Stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely room for matchup-specific changes. And I mean, I'm still hyped to see more jury out of him. So hopefully
Yeah.
we haven't seen the last.
You're
of
the
it.
jury main. Of course you are. And he was the only jury player. See, that's what I personally feel for low tiers. It's like, you know, I don't give a fuck that you're playing a bad character. You chose that on your own. I'm just feel bad that you don't get to watch other people play it. Right? I play Eliza and Tekken, and they're just...
And I mean, the
There's
thing
one
is,
guy
jury's...
whose secondary is Eliza. It's like, no one... You never see any other Eliza.
What
It's
is
like,
this
so annoying. I
Urian
just want to see
skin?
high-level playing.
What is this Urian skin?
Gross. That's what I'm going with. Not a fan. Not a fan. Is it one of the crossover ones? I have no idea.
It looks like it would be, but I don't know what it's a crossover from.
The crossovers are new, so I don't think it is, just because of that, right? There haven't been too many out yet. But, like...
If anybody knows what this skin is, let us know in stream chat here. Seeing a lot of
have
good
to
work
read
out of
stream
Lizard
chat.
Man 301 right here, though. Definitely showing us the normal Rashido.
Rashid. Yeah, that's what Rashid is known for, of course, that corner pressure.
Rashid of the Fraudulent Winds.
We've seen him in other rounds show it off. Other tournaments, that is.
Oh, so this is a crossover skin. This is the Darkstalkers Urian.
Oh, which Darkstalkers character is that, though?
I have no idea. Nope.
You know, I actually love Darkstalkers. I was playing that a fuck ton at final round. This final round like has like cabs for lots of old games. That game's great, but I just play QB and do QB stuff. It's pure fundamentals. So I have no idea what the hell random character theming shit is. That game's great. Give it a try, you guys. Especially now that you get to see the characters in action in Street Fighter V. Lets you enjoy the Street Fighter V a little bit more if you play Darkstalkers.
Lizard Man getting a ton of mileage out of that foot fireball.
I'm getting a ton of mileage out of the corner in general, right? Like, when
Well, I mean,
that's
what
what
he's
I
getting
remember
there
Lizard
with.
Man being great at before, those anti-airs with the heavy DP, quote-unquote. I think it's core circle forward, maybe core circle back even.
Mixing it up with the mixer.
Alright, he's been doing really well blocking these overheads. I don't think Slava Slave's caught him with one yet. There we go, that's the pressure right there.
Rashid.
And Lizard Man's going to take round one.
These are both, of course, returning players. We've seen them play before in past tournaments. I don't know if they played against each other, though. There's their first bout.
Fight.
But we know that they're very well and very good players. And, of course, you know...
And I believe they've both been in
showed that.
top 8 before.
Yeah, definitely. Lizard Man a few more times, but I believe he's also been to a few more tournaments than Slava Slave. Just test him right there. And dash up throw. You know, he got Slava Slave scared with all his pressure from before. Even mid-screen able to go for that.
Catching that dive kick with the mixer.
And we've seen that a couple times where he's just caught Slava Slave not blocking, not respecting his wake-up DP.
Got him with that overhead, but wasn't able to combo out of it.
I'm wondering if that was a misinput, if that's actually how the combo is supposed to go. With the up fireball. Looked weird. Looked weird.
Round 2. Fight.
And we did also see some mess-ups from Lizard Man, right? He messed up his corner double cross-up setup that he usually goes for. Yeah. Been on point with the reads on the EX DPs here, Lizard Man. Oof. Oof. I love doing that. That's something that I think is like so sick. Mixing up your aero momentum, how exactly you're gonna fall, to bait out an anti-air to hit them on their way down.
Getting those wall jumps.
Nice
Getting
little
pretty low
extra
on life
option.
here. A lot of white health, and that'll close it out.
Rashid.
Really kept Slava Slave on the back foot that entire set, right? Even when he got to get things a little bit going, he was in the corner doing them. He got DP'd very frequently and hit out once he got some knockdowns going, right? Like Lizard Man really made him play at a pace that he was not ready for.
Definitely, and that's Rashid for you. He's gonna be putting the pressure on you. He doesn't want to let you get your head up above water. He just wants to drown you in buttons and spinning mixers, and you got to find a gap. You got to find a way out.
Right. It never seems like a good time to go out, to get out, but that doesn't mean it's not the right time to get out.
So our next match here is going to be Airhead versus Call Me Neo.
That's Call Me Neo versus Airhead, who's already here.
That's the one. All right, so while we're waiting on that, let's just bring up the Matcherino info again real quick here. Have our coupon code on the left with the tiny URL, and I'm going to hook you up with a link in Twitch chat. You can go there and put the coupon code in, and the donation pool magically goes up by $1. You don't have to give us $1, it just appears.
Who doesn't like some magic?
And magic for children, come on.
Right, like you want to see some magic in your life? There you go.
And I mean, think about it. Right now, there's sick kids in a hospital someplace, sitting there, sick, scared, sad, and bored. And you can help with one of those things just by clicking on that link right now, putting in a coupon code, and magically creating $1 for them. I'm gonna go ahead and look for Call Me Neo a little bit here. I'm gonna resend it just in case there was any confusion.
Hopefully, Call Me Neo didn't leave because he had to buy the round just before.
Nope, he's here, making sure the invites get to the people who need them.
All right, cool.
And just so you know, we will see Lizard Man again. That was winners, so
yeah, not out.
He'll be back. This one, however, is losers. One of these fine gentlemen is going home after this match, but who?
We have seen Airhead before. Neo's been to a couple tournaments, but I think we haven't caught him on stream too many times. Yeah, they both have a decent place in the standings. Wait, have we seen Airhead before? I thought we had.
It's go time.
Might be a little bit of an issue with the invite real quick, making sure it goes out. Alright, there we go. We are good to go. Let's drop on back so we can get out of their way here.
You know, if Neo places... I believe if Neo wins this round, right, and gets top 5, gets 5th place, a tie for 5th place, he has enough points to put him into that top 16 qualifier spot.
Ooh.
So he's really going to be looking to take this round. Not going to want to lose out on those points when he's so close to qualifying. Of course, he has to keep showing up to maintain that spot. We are only halfway through.
Well, here we go. Alex
Oh my
versus
God.
Cammy. The
I
toppest
don't know
of the
if you
top
noticed
tiers
that.
versus the lowest of the low tiers, but let's see what we can see.
Sad life, Alex. Dude, I don't know if you noticed, but on the little chart, little offensive to defensive meter at the beginning of the player profiles, Neo's was 2 slots away from offensive. Never see that in this game. Everyone's always straight offensive all the way. Airhead was 1 slot away, Neo 2 slots away. That means this player must be hella defensive.
Knows how to block, knows how to anti-air. That's what I'm thinking. Could have been a bigger punish there, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people haven't labbed that punish. You do need a long-range move to hit it.
Ooh,
Alex
very
certainly
nice.
has that button, though. Alright, Neo has the pixel, but he has a lot of meter. That's one good thing you got going.
Looks like
Right,
stream's
one
dropping
combo,
a few frames here.
one hit. I was gonna say one hit and then another into CA would certainly close it out.
Round 2.
But like that, Airhead does
Fight.
just tap him a little bit he needed. Is that little knee from Cammy throwing bone?
I'm not sure if it is. It looks kind of airborne, so it could be.
Yeah, she does go airborne a little bit, so... And I just don't... I'm gonna guess so, because I don't see really the reason to use that on Oki if it's not. Because I don't believe it's plus, by any means. Unfortunately, Cammy, low-tier trash, didn't get anything off of... any Oki off of throw. Clearly bad character.
Poor honest
Alex
Cammy.
wins.
Dominated by high tier Alex.
What happened? The game just ended. I feel like I didn't see anything.
Fight.
Well, let's hope that Call Me Neo saw a little bit more than we did, and he can make some adjustments in Game 2.
Alright, let's see what's actually going on here. Alright, gets a nice counter hit. Just went straight into the spiral arrow though, right? Like, didn't hit confirm. Just assumed.
I think this is that defensive play you were talking about right here. Nobody wants to
Yeah.
make the first move. But Alex is all warmed up.
Yeah, lets him charge you up with that. You know, Tammy's definitely like a more aggressive character, right? She does play like footsies and stuff, but maybe Neo's relying a bit too much on his opponent making mistakes than trying to do stuff himself.
Up
Right
to
now
a
we're
certain
seeing some
level with
stuff.
Street
We're definitely seeing
Fighter,
some
waiting for your opponent to make a mistake is definitely a very valid strategy.
I mean, it's an effective one, but it's not a long-term strategy. Because you will get to a point where your opponent does not make mistakes, and you will just not be able to do anything.
Well, yeah. I mean, the thing is, everybody makes mistakes, but you get to a point where the other person's not going to make a mistake unless you're forcing them to do things.
And yeah, see, I wouldn't call those mistakes anymore. Right? That's being outplayed.
Definitely, yeah.
Right? I can make a wrong decision that wasn't sincerely a bad decision. Right? And that's what you see from top tier players. They might make the wrong decision sometimes, but you potentially literally never see them make a bad.
Yeah, then I mean, you also have those players where you're playing that 500 IQ online Ken, who always makes a bad decision, but it always works out anyway.
No mix-up?
The no mix-up.
Final round.
Final round here. You can call me Neo. Fight his way back onto the scoreboard. Looks like we're having some lag issues here. That's what I'm guessing from this.
I think so. Yeah, we saw a little bit, and based on how the players are, handling the situation right now, I would guess that they feel like there's some lag. If they're talking about anything in the Discord.
Looks like Airhead called it out on Twitch. Well, we're already on training stage, so we can't go to training stage, but the players can call for one remake if they think it's going to help the lag. If the remake doesn't fix it, our only option then is to try and determine who's the laggy party and issue a DQ. But if we can't really figure out who's been the one lagging for the majority of their matches, it gets a little bit difficult to determine.
In that situation, we can just have them play it out, right? And, winner with the lag is the one that's the winner, right?
Yep. And unfortunately, we do run into these things with online tournaments.
I mean, they're pros to online tournaments. No one has to leave their house. As soon as they're done, they're free. They're not like trapped to a venue or anything.
Yep, definitely. Plus, there's no travel costs or anything like that.
Yeah.
Alex wins.
Especially for younger players, if you're, 12, 13, 14, 15, looking to go to your local, maybe your parents don't want to drive you, but you can always make it to an online tournament.
Yep.
It's go time.
But maybe your parents will drive you, so might as well ask, right? Might be able to carpool with a friend. Your friend's parents will drive you. But just like that, Airhead did take it. We're going to see if Neo calls or anything, or if maybe the lag just cleared up cleanly and wasn't an issue. Not sure.
Looks like it's a little bit tough to determine because they're both saying they're seeing full bars for the opponent. I see full bars for both in the lobby here.
I do as well.
It looks like they're fine with taking the result as it is.
And, it might just be an unfortunate situation of distance, right? It might not be either connection being bad. It could just simply be they're far enough away that there's just lag,
Yeah, I mean, the best thing I can say with these online tournaments, or just playing online in general, the best thing you can do for yourself is make sure you have a wired connection. If you can't get a wired connection, whether it's because you live in an apartment, you're living with your parents, or for whatever reason you can't run a wire, look into something called a home plug. It's this little thing, you plug it into an electrical outlet, and you can plug an Ethernet cable into that. You can plug the other one into an electrical outlet. Anywhere else that you want in your house, plug another Ethernet cable into that. Works just like a wired connection. It's not quite as fast, but it will give you a much, much better ping and better packet stability than a Wi-Fi connection is going to give you.
Stability. You don't want those spikes in the connection, dropping inputs or freezing the game randomly. Personally, I would rather very slight delay consistently than just, a perfect connection that occasionally freezes.
Looks like we might actually have Airhead. He thinks it might be his connection. Give me a second to verify here. All right, looks like Airhead is going to go ahead and bow out. He believes it's his connection causing the issue, so he's going to take the honorable way here and give the win to Call Me Neo. I am not going to DQ him, though, because I think that'll wipe his standings. I'm not 100% sure how challenge works on that, but we're just going to edit
know how it works, and that's all that matters, right? Like, we know where he placed, so you can go ahead and just say the loss. Because all that matters, right, is that we show...
So I'm going to enter his score, but I am going to enter the winner as Call Me Neo, so...
Oh, interesting. Interesting decision there. I approve. So we still got one match left. The beginning of our top 8 first round. We'll have Stowaway versus Clutchco. If Clutchco can go ahead and get in here. Stowaway, we're going to have to send an invite to.
All right, let's do that. Is it Stowaway or Stowaway? Stowaway.
Stowaway.
I think that's what it is.
How does he like his name to be called? Maybe it's S-Town Away. S-Town Away! Don't chuckle at me. That wasn't funny.
Oh,
Fuck. So Clutchco we know is a Laura player. Pretty nice Laura. Got that. Them command grab meaties on point.
got that 50-50 game on Wake Up.
Does well to do stuff like bait DPs. This not gonna be falling for any basic ass online tactics like that. Of course, that's not an online tactic, right? It's an actual thing. Wake up DP, but you know what I mean. But let's see what Stowaway's got. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. We'll see.
Where is Clutchco on Discord?
Clutchco's already in the...
I just wanted to announce it, but I don't see...
Oh, his tag is Stowaway, not Stonaway.
Right, but on Discord, who is Clutchco?
For Clutchco, I have no idea.
Oh, found it. I was adding a T because I was thinking clutch.
Oh, clutch, yeah. The normal way you spell clutch.
Hey, this is just as normal. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
No, it's not. Rethan didn't hear my joke earlier about the clutch company and having stocks in it.
I don't understand it.
Rethan doesn't own stocks in the clutch company. It's a worthy investment. You should try it.
Well, only stocks I have are the ones I get automatically from my company. I don't know.
See what I mean? This man doesn't know how to invest.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a low tier investor.
Well, let me tell you right now. Just invest in Clutchco. People be clutching things out left and right. Here, there, nowhere. All clutch all the time. Pull out game on point.
Well, we're just waiting for Stowaway then. Oh, his CFN is not Stowaway though. It's Polyamory.
God damn it. I was talking earlier in the stream about how it's so nice. Everyone's challenge name was the same as their CFN.
Need to get those names right. Crazy Fingers on stream says, if you're an investor, you should invest in vests.
But which vest company is the vest company? Oh my god, Laura Dittos.
Whoa. Mirror match? Mirror
I
Lawrence?
always hate playing Dittos, but watching them, that just depends on the matchup. Some matchups are actually terrible to watch in Dittos.
Dawson versus Dawson? Minot versus Minot?
Yeah.
Double Guile?
That mirror. That was not as exciting as I was hoping it would be. Double Guile can get interesting.
I feel like Dawson versus Dawson is just like, you know that game you play where you like try and smack each other's hands?
Oh, yeah. I think it's called Red Hands. But yeah.
That's all they're playing at that point.
Same outfit, different colors, not even that different. Red and white, red and pink.
How are we going to tell them apart? Polyamory and the pink.
Yeah, they're like twins.
Poly pink.
They're actually so similar, honestly. You can tell, obviously, but like they are so close to the same color.
Let's go with the anti-airs early on.
I never noticed that actually, but that red and white color has slightly different hair color. I like that. I like that. Ooh, ooh, going for the V-skill overhead. Busting it out early and getting that nice like he has almost the same V-skill meter just from that one usage of it.
There's the stun into the stun combo. Can we get one more touch? There it is.
Nice and done. Nice
Whiff the grab and still got the anti-air.
Round 2.
Right, it was a normal grab. It was not a command grab, so
Yep.
got that advantage there. Ooh, footsies. Footsie. Oof. Yeah, so Polyamory's been busting out those V-skills. Clutchkill gotta start blocking some of them. Look out for him. Getting close to stun here. See on both sides. Clutchkill getting things started now. Ooh,
Polyamory closing it out with some nice long combos.
Lara wins.
You know, not a lot of meter usage from both sides.
Just didn't need it.
Didn't look like it.
Round 1. Fight.
I just noticed Clutchkill's rank 7-1-7-1-7. So nice.
Polyamory 6-3-3-3-0.
Wow, that was a quick stun. Right, this offense, like
That might be the quickest stun we've seen so far in this series.
and great reset right there. Still a pixel off. Let's see what. Don't even know how I got caught.
Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It's over. Just move on to the next one.
With the perfect. Well done.
Fight.
Perfect pink polyamory.
My Clutchkill got to start getting the defense on point, right? The offense hasn't looked bad, but the defense definitely has been a little bit of a struggle for him.
Polyamory's still making lots of use of that V-trigger overhead, or V-skill overhead, rather.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we've seen it so many times now. I believe it's even punishable on block.
I believe it
I remember
is.
correctly, yeah.
Sometimes it can be a little bit hard to react to those sorts of things online, but it should be possible.
He hasn't even blocked it yet in the first place, so one step at a time. But yeah, as we were saying, the offense maybe a little bit too passive on offense too, right? Like waiting for their wake up a bit too often, but dang, like this is tight play on offense from Polyamory. Like,
yeah, showing some real domination of that matchup.
I just showed so many different setups and moments where it just like caught you off guard, right?
It can be really hard sometimes too to play the mirror matchup because a lot of times, at least at lower ranks, I feel a lot of people rely on the other person not necessarily having a full read of that matchup, especially if you're playing a character that's not in, like the top 5 most popular characters. So sometimes you do things that are a little bit riskier or do things that aren't quite as optimal because you figure, I can get away with it. They don't play this character.
Well, I mean, even for me though, like I don't like mirror matchups. Well, like, I'm not as good in mirror matchups just because it's not that I hope they don't know the tools and stuff like you were saying. It can be stuff like I'm basing my game plan around what my character does well against their character. And when you're in a mirror matchup, it's like you both do the same things.
That's definitely true as well. I mean, that's one of the big things with a mirror matchup is you have no weaknesses to exploit that you don't also already have. So we're going to continue on with losers quarterfinals here because the way this plays out with the top 8, the losers and winners brackets get a little bit uneven here. So we're going to lean a little bit on losers just to make sure everything catches up to finals around the same point. So we're going to have Adam R versus Call Me Neo on stream next. Let's get our Lauras out of here and make a little bit of room.
Wow, just kicking them. So rude. Wait a minute. Is that stick? Are you doing all this with stick?
Yep.
Wow. I bust out my controller just for this. I'm not managing lobbies and shit with stick.
I manage the lobby one-handed on stick too.
Ooh, fancy.
I'm pretty good at doing that sort of thing because I've had a ton of shoulder surgeries and stuff. You know, when I originally was playing StarCraft 2 competitively, I originally got to Platinum League in StarCraft playing one-handed with a trackball.
Wow. The sad fact is that Platinum in StarCraft isn't even good. StarCraft's such like a high skill ceiling game that like.
Well, the way the leagues work out is in Street Fighter, the leagues are very, very, very front loaded. So like you're going to start Street Fighter and you're going to sit in bronze for a long time. Then you're finally going to get your way into silver and you're going to sit in silver for a long time because each league is exponentially smaller than the one above it. Whereas in StarCraft, it's mid-loaded. So you'll get out of bronze and silver really, really fast, but then you're going to sit in gold forever.
That's actually changed recently. Just
did they change it around a bit?
Well, because what happened was it went free to play.
Mm-hmm.
And now what it is there's a ton of people in silver and there's a ton of people in diamond.
That's strange.
Because it's basically mid-loaded twice. Because it's mid-loaded with the new players and it's mid-loaded with the old players.
Very strange. I know I got on the other day just to try it out again, and I got into a match with against a Platinum Zerg, and I just dominated it. And I was like, wow, I thought I'd be rusty. What happened?
Yeah, exactly. So like the tier, it was a little bit of inflation, right? So what was Plat before is now Diamond because of that. What I was just talking about. I remember I actually, funny enough, tried a few games the other night again, and I remember why I hate StarCraft. It's just too much effort. I played 5 games, dominated people because I was doing everything like you're supposed to as a good StarCraft player, and then I played 5 more games and just got wrecked by the dumbest things because I was just lazy. I just didn't want to do random basic shit that you're supposed to do in that game. The basic shit requires so much effort.
Fight.
See, Neo, round start double backdash. That's what we call a defensive player. Now, is that good? Maybe not. Especially when you're playing Cammy, the other guy has a fireball and armor to set up when you're at max screen. But
I don't know. Does Urian have a fireball fast enough to punish double backdash on round start?
It's not sincerely punishing. It's more like you don't want to be there anyway, right? It's not always about do I get a hit because of this. It can be just does this put me in a more favorable position.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, too, is if you're the kind of person that's just going to double backdash at the beginning of the round, the other person can just double forward dash, and now you're just a lot closer to the corner for nothing.
Yeah, definitely. That was interesting. I didn't actually know that. Apparently, the cannon spiral, or cannon drill, whichever one that is, the one on the ground, in V-Trigger goes under fireballs.
Yep, I believe the EX one will also go through fireballs.
Yeah, exactly. I knew the EX could, but then...
And I believe that is Spyro Aru.
Spiral arrow. They're all spinning thingies. That's what I call them, spinning thingies. Ooh, that's interesting, I think. I don't know. Can Urian get fuzzies off of his Aegis?
Not quite long enough to go through that fireball there.
Yep.
Fuzzies off the Aegis? I don't know about that. That is definitely some higher level tech if it's possible.
See, I saw Neo get hit by the overhead, but he was standing after getting hit from the Aegis, so I'm wondering if that's something you can do. Of course, not the best fuzzy setup, because you don't have to force them to block the Aegis standing, they can block the Aegis low in the first place, but nonetheless, it's just interesting, little thing I noticed. Might be possible.
Very neat, either way.
Ooh, I remember talking about that earlier. I love that type of thing. Mixing up your arrow momentum. That's why I like anime fighters.
Alright, so call me Neo, surviving on a pixel here, but not for quite long enough.
Yep.
Urian wins.
How you gonna deal with a businessman like that? As poor honest Cammy?
Can't do it. Can't do it. It's not possible.
Like, you know, businessmen are the scummiest people of the world, right? Like, they try and do anything they can just to get money. Get a little bank. Almost got that one punished, but didn't either missed the link or didn't get the confirm. We had some pressure.
Playing some footsies here.
I think Neo's playing a little bit too hard to the turns of the game, quote unquote, though.
Maybe. I mean, sometimes you gotta steal turns.
All right. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You can steal turns, definitely. But he's like, nah, I'm negative. And
I mean, definitely stealing turns is harder in Street Fighter than it is in something like Dragon Ball, but it's still possible.
By far. It's still something you gotta do.
I mean, you're not calling in assists in this game unless you're Mika.
And that's not stealing a turn, that's just keeping the turn going.
There's the mirror ender.
Common misconception.
You're
Right, like
calling out there, Alonzi.
Putting a mirror out isn't stealing a turn, it's just keeping your turn going. You know, not looking good for Neo.
No. Looks like Urian has got his number in this neutral game.
Yeah, Adam's getting him on the better end of pretty much every deal. Ooh, even that, like, just so unfortunate right there. Gets something going, gets a good reaction right there, but
like, it was really even just a hit stop that killed him there. Stopped him just long enough that he ran out of invincibility.
Yeah. Like, Adams even had meter advantage over the entire game. Just gets caught with a fireball there. Might have been trying to jump forward, but a little bit late on it.
Urian wins.
And that'll close that round out.
Cleanly. Just winning in every department, really. Like, Neo got a little bit of pressure going occasionally, but rarely got much off of it. Didn't get full confirms when he could have. And then the neutral just didn't shine too much. Not against Adam, at least, right? Of course, good player, did well. Just Adam a tier above.
Yep, and he's showing us why he's top of our seeding so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still looking forward to him coming back and getting that grudge match against Extreme Ways 76. Not that I don't want to see Lizardman winning anything here, but it's just the storylines, you know?
I mean,
Slave versus...
Lizardman can win. And then Extreme, and then they can have their run back over in Losers Finals as long as Adam can take out whoever the winner of our next set is between Slava Slave and Stoneaway, or whatever his tag was. Polyamory?
Polyamory, I believe it was. There is a sort of a soft rule of the tournament that you're supposed to have the same name on Discord and Challenge and CFN. But I'm not going to be a huge stickler about that because I know it costs money to change your CFN, and you might already be known by something else on the Discord or whatnot. So,
But Challenge, it's easy to just type in both if you want to.
That is true.
You can just change your nickname in Challenge, say CFN this, call me this. It's an entire sentence, and it's annoying to read, but you can do that. It's still better. It's still better than this.
We've got the invite out to Polyamory, and our other invite is going to be going out to Slave, however we're going to say that. Do you remember who Slave plays?
Urian.
That's right. Which Urian? Which one?
No, I don't remember. I think it's Thong Urian, but that might
Darkstalkers.
Oh, okay, was that last week, I remember we saw 2 Thong Urians. I think he was one of them. Not last week. Last tournament. 2 weeks ago.
Well, yeah, that skin might not even have been out yet, was it?
Mm-hmm. I don't believe it was. Right. Most of those finished up this week. You know, of course, there were some.
I have not been staying on top of this.
I have not bothered because I don't care enough. I'm lazy. That's it. I'm literally just lazy. It's so much work. You have to go do things, and you have to spend fight money to try. Just to try. What if you fail?
I mean, that's been the biggest thing for me is like just unless you're gonna win it on the first try, and a lot of them just haven't been fun to play through for me. They're just kind of like
AI battles. Like,
it's just a cheaty AI that cheats the whole time, and you usually have to cheese them out to win.
Yeah. For me, it's also like I don't own all the characters, and I don't own all the costumes, so I don't own all the stages either. I'd rather just save my fight money for that stuff that I like better than for the crossover costumes I don't like as much.
The Darkstalker's jury costume it's okay looking. I know people are of mixed opinion on it. I'm not a huge Darkstalkers fan, don't have anything against it. I've never really played it, so...
You pathetic insect.
I think Morgan looks better in the Lilith.
Well, that's the costume code alt.
Fight.
Got a little bit of little neutral here.
You know, honestly, for people not liking that costume, I think most of them are just like, the fuck, you made her flat-chested?
That's the costume code. The costume changes her from Lilith to Morgan, and she gets her boobs back. It's a very, very weird costume code there. So I feel like Urian just definitely has the better fireballs here. For Fireball Wars.
Yeah, for Fireball Wars, because Laura's Fireball is for a different purpose. Right? You can't really compare the two because of that, but in Fireball Wars, definitely Urian pulls out on top. Ooh. Interesting, Bud Brantiang right there.
Uh-oh.
Got a trade on it. Alright, there we go.
Polyamory going ahead and baited out that EX reversal, but wasn't able to make anything out of it, and Slave of Slave made the comeback.
Mm-hmm.
Round 2.
Polyamory has shown how willing he is to bait, to just block on their wake up, you know. Done that many times.
And going back
how
to
willing he is to bust out this V skill, which we've also seen Slava Slave get hit times.
Yeah, they've both been throwing a decent number of overheads back and forth.
Blocks that one. Not even on reaction, just straight read. You can see her standing up like well ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. Like, well, he's gonna overhead here. That's what Urians do.
That's what Urians do. Maybe a little bit of a pattern from Slava Slave, really. Like, we saw it 2 times in a row right there. This low overhead. Blocked it with the Aegis Reflection. Maybe same exact thing was shown earlier.
So I want to know, with that round finish, she knocks him into the statue, and the statue psycho powers him.
Is he psycho powered now?
Like, why does the statue have a power?
Well,
Slave buffering something there. Not sure what happened.
all right, let's take a look at the background. We got Claw. We got Astronaut running away from Ninja. Very, very sneaky Ninja.
There's the stun. Will this finish it out?
Or it's Bison with the
do it.
blow in his hands. These are very important things I'm talking about right now.
Laura wins.
Really, it's the ninjas fighting the wizards on the pillars far in the background. That's really what you got to keep your eye on. Ninjas versus wizards.
And if you watch, they never even touch each other. Like, that's how skillful they are. That's footsies right there. True footsie.
That's right. Magic footsies.
This isn't Blaze Blue.
Round 1.
Alright, no one in the background yet. Don't. Oh, wait. On the left side, we see a Buki-ish. And Wizardy. Alright, there we go. Now those two are fighting. We're talking about. And the Ibuki glide over. Alright, they're fighting. We'll actually talk about the match. Like good people. Clean jumping. See, same side. Went with the mix-up. Didn't go for the throw. Last time went for the throw. Mixing things up. Just blocks on wake up this time. Baits out that reversal. Gets a nice punish, stun, throw. Whatever happened afterwards.
I think that's the pattern here. Is every time Polyamory gets Slave of Slave all the way to the corner and gets a knockdown, he goes for that EX reversal, and Polyamory's blocked it every time.
Nah, he actually he's definitely not gone for that EX reversal every time, but Polyamory has been blocking on defense numerous times. Definitely mixing up significantly whether he's blocking or just going for a command grab or just strikes, right? Now, I'm not sure if he's got a good read on Slava Slave on when he should be going for each of those, or if he's just mixing up for the sake of mixing up. But nonetheless, has certainly been doing so and doing so well. And Slava Slave has not caught on to quite the right rhythm yet. No, got the same exact setup twice in a row there. The tick command grab. Ooh, maybe exploiting a little weakness of Slava Slaves against command grabs here. Definitely showed that round. Maybe download a little bit before, maybe just surprising him with stuff he's not ready for. Either way, got dunked on quite a few times there. Good job, Polyamory, taking over Slava Slave. You know, that Slava Slave taking, I believe, that is 5th place. Gets him nicely into our leaderboards, as if I recall correctly, he was sitting at the very bottom of the qualifying spot just before. But that additional, what is it, 20 points? Yeah, additional 20 points from 5th place. Put him far closer to the middle. Certainly something he can be happy about. I'm sure he would have loved to keep it going.
All right, so we got a little bit of
polyamory.
A little bit of discussion about the connection again. We're gonna see where people are standing on this. I'm seeing full bars for everybody all around.
Same.
All right, while we're waiting on that decision, I'm going to go ahead and call out our sponsor again here, Matcherino. We've got the tiny URL on screen. We've got the coupon code up as well. Go ahead and enter that coupon code on the Matcherino page, either through the tiny URL or through the link in stream, and our donation pool will magically increase by $1. You don't have to donate a thing, but if you do want to, you can do that as well. We have merch, we have shirts, we have Soylent. Money goes to donation pool for Child's Play charities, donates toys and games to sick kids in the hospital. And it looks like we're going to go ahead and run back that last match, Slave to Slave versus Stowaway or Polyamory, just because there were some connection issues right there. Going to let them know.
All right.
We're going to do this on grid just to cut out any possible processing-based issues.
They are both PS4, so I don't see that as being an issue.
Shouldn't be, but maybe one of them's got like a cat sitting on top of their PS4 and it's all hot and bothered.
Maybe they just didn't clean out the fan. One of my friend's PS4 actually has that issue. He just won't do it. Just won't fix it.
So this is going to be Polyamory up 1-0 right now again. We're just replaying the last game.
Let's see. Of course, same color, same skin, same same three triggers, same characters.
So the other thing is here, though, both of these players have had a whole extra game to get a read on their opponent. So who's going to make better use of it is the question.
I mean, from what we saw last game especially, Polyamory seemed to have a better idea of what Slava Slave was doing, but the extra time, right, still showing the same thing.
Yeah, it does look like Polyamory is in his head.
Yeah, it just seems like to be a weakness. He's not ready for when these throws can come. See, right there we even saw him get hit, because he's like, let me just hold up, because there might be a throw, but he's like, nah, not yet. Not yet, Polyamory says.
And I mean, lag aside, there's not really, you can't really react to that wake-up game. That's got to be a read.
Well, yeah, but the main thing is, it seems like some of these times, Slava Slave is not even ready for a throw to know, oh, this is a time where I have to make that read of jump or don't jump. He's just like, oh, well, I got hit. Shit, what happened? Like a lot of the things he can do that have been happening, at least he can actually just mash out of, but he's not aware of that. Right? So he just keeps holding back. Doesn't know how the frame data is panning out exactly.
And that might just be matchup knowledge, might be nerves, could
We
be
see that
connection
again.
still.
As soon as the Aegis reflection comes, he just goes low overhead. Polyamory just blocking it on the read, not even on reaction every time. Finally went for another mix-up with the throw, actually, and Polyamory attacked that, though. So, some good knowledge of how these setups look and work from Polyamory's side. And that lets him clutch it out, because, you know, Slava Slave was getting things started, getting that round real close, but that defense, well done.
All right, well that'll be that match finished.
Round 1.
Wait,
Well, they clicked rematch, but
looks like they both clicked rematch. That's
of course,
should
you are the
be
TO.
going on.
You get to
Unfortunately, I
decide.
can't really do anything to stop
But you gotta
that.
decide what this means, right? You decide right now. Let me
This
give
is
time
just
to,
an exhibition game right here
Alright,
at
there
this
we
point.
go.
The match is
Right.
already over.
That's the hard call out right there. You know, maybe a miscommunication. They thought he meant to replay the set, where if Ethan actually meant replay the round. You know. I feel like Slavoslev could have finished that out. Oh, did he not have meter? He may not have had meter, but I still think he could have killed him.
Slavaslave is definitely fighting back a little bit better in this game.
Yep. So my
Double
It'd be
neutral
a little
jump in the corner
unfortunate
there.
if he ends up winning some of these. But here we go, Polyamory abusing that weakness from earlier. Let's see if he can keep that up. Because Slavaslave has mostly just gotten to do his game plan a little bit more, right? It's not so much that his defense has improved. So, yeah, Polyamory can keep exposing him like this.
Ding ding! I took.
Final round.
I think unfortunately Slavaslave dropped out of the stream to try and steal back some of his connection. So he hasn't really been able to hear anything we've been saying. I don't know if Polyamory is still got the stream open, but
Yeah, I mean, if I was in tournament, I wouldn't have, right? Like, that would bug me, make me perform worse anyways. Obviously, I tune in when I'm not playing, but not while my match is going on.
yeah, definitely. You at least want to mute it, because especially if
Yeah.
you can hear your own match's sounds being played back on a delay, could dedefinitely
But
throw
then
throw you off.
though, we've been saying some stuff like occasionally, right? We kind of ignore the matches because we're pro commentators, but
And sometimes we're even right when we
sometimes
say
we say
things.
stuff, right? Sometimes we basically coach them mid-set if they are tuning in.
We might even be right sometimes. It does happen.
Yep.
All right, well, same result either way. And that's going to move us on to our last losers round before we go back to winners. So that's going to be losers semifinals. It's going to be
for fourth place.
Adam R versus Stoneway, or Polyamory, whichever name we're going with here. So he can just go ahead and stay in the lobby if he's listening.
He already left.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So yeah, Stowaway slash Polyamory has definitely been showing some good mix-ups and some good defense. Both a little bit on point. And again, right, the
Oh, he's back.
the great tournament skill of being able to notice your opponent's weakness, right?
Definitely, yeah.
I think I've talked about this before on past streams. Might as well say it again. Like in friendlies or something, after you abuse that weakness 1 game or 2 games and win, you kind of stop doing it because you want to learn, you want to improve. But in tournament, no, you body them with it. Like you take that win. This is not the time to learn. This is time to show your skills. Of course, you can learn as well if it's happenstance, but that should not be a priority.
I mean, if you've jumped in on them and they haven't anti-aired it 3 times in a row, just keep doing it.
Let's do this.
Right, like it's a little bit more right. Like if they never block on wake up, just keep meeting them. You know, you don't need to block their DP if they don't show you that they can DP.
Of course, that's how you get hit with that late game wake up CA.
Oof. Yeah, it's conditioning, right?
Boom! That's how you start the fight and finish
But yeah,
it
that's the thing. Once you get to a high level, you gotta be doing everything. You gotta make people think about everything, and you gotta make sure they don't have anything they can exploit of yours.
Fight.
Right. That's why, even though I'm not entirely sure if Polyamory's offense is actually like reads on the opponent mix-ups, or just like mix-ups for the sake of mix-ups, like they're not far off from the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, we're still seeing a lot of those V-skill overheads, and I mean, it's working though, so... If it ain't broke. On the other hand, Adam R is fighting back here.
Yeah, of course,
Polyamory's
using
defense
that
looked
strong
pretty solid, though.
V-trigger. Yeah, great anti-airs. You know, he's got his V-trigger on point now. On deck. Busting it out. Alright, try for something. Good jump out by Adam, but still the pressure. Clean, strong play, right? Like showing tools and knowledge in multiple areas.
Definitely. I think the bracket, we're showing some definitely some good competitors this week.
Ooh, there we go. Alright. The X headbutts through that V skill. Ooh, crush counter. Alright.
I was almost stunned. Didn't quite get it
not
closed
quite.
in though.
Adam jumps over the throw.
There's the fireball or grab mix-up. This time it was grab.
Alright, but now we got an Aegis combo. He doesn't have the full meter for a CA. Ooh, but...
There's the CA. I'm not sure exactly what happened with Yuri in there. It looked like he jabbed in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure either. I also thought for a moment that
Laura wins.
he was actually going to recover in time to be able to jump that. Which would have been very interesting to see, especially because there was an Aegis reflection right on top of Laura. So yeah, I might have been able to capitalize off that.
Round 1. Fight.
But as it is, here we are. Next round. Next game, Polyamory taking round 1. You know, already pulled Adam into the corner. Getting those little command dashes.
There's
in.
the stun.
Right, and those are the reads right there on him trying to jump out of the corner with the anti-air. Or not jump out of the corner, but jump out of the command grab, rather. Yeah, we're seeing completely different mix-ups this go-around in his play compared to versus Slava and they're both Urian, so you can't say it's anything about like the matchup. Right,
Yeah,
so
there's definitely some
maybe
reads
just
here.
a very quick adaptation from Polyamory.
And I mean,
a
that
lot
is...
more fireballs standing at that range, a lot less of the command grabs, as we've seen Adam jump a lot of them. Maybe he was watching the stream or something and heard, or maybe he just got that adaptation down on point.
There's
But
the
yeah,
stun again.
like,
That'll be it.
and brutal offense, definitely brutal offense. Even taunting.
Oh, and even the taunt to clip.
Healing
Disrespectful.
himself. I mean, like,
The crowd goes what, right? What?
Adam did stuff, right? But Polyamory, a little bit steamrolled.
It's
A little
go
bit
time.
steamrolled. Especially that last round.
All right, that's going to jump us back up into the winners bracket here, and we're going to be going to winners finals. Winners finals is going to be Extreme Ways 76 versus Lizardman 301. And this is going to be best of 5, just like losers finals will be, as well as ground finals after that. So I'm going to go ahead and change the lobby settings real quick.
That is why we do it this way, guys. We want to make sure that once it gets to best of 5, it stays best of 5. Makes it easier for all the players competing and watching to understand.
And Extreme Ways showed us some really strong play earlier, and we're going to see Extreme Ways versus Lizardman with his Rashid.
You get to see that Mountain Man Ryu. Can I get some I'm Rashid of the Turbulent Wind? Remember the name well in the chat?
They're not going to type all that. Come on.
I believe in my chat to type whatever they need to meme. See, one guy's going to type, and then everyone else can just copy-paste from him.
Power of the meme. Engage.
I almost clicked to leave the lounge instead of to go to the back of queue.
Let's do this.
You know, I always love to see Ryu just because I love to see that classic Street Fighter play. You know, the traditional and fundamental stuff that we're used to.
And I mean, that's what it is. It's just, you just watch it and you're like, well, this is Street Fighter.
Yeah, poor honest Ryu.
Ryu versus Cammy with some guile, a little bit of Ken, some Dalsim.
Yeah, I mean, just because they were in old Street Fighters, like Claw, Balrog, doesn't mean that it's a...
You know who we haven't seen at all so far? Blanca.
Fight.
You know, normally I don't want to see Blanca, but like, if I'm not playing, show me that story mode costume. Alright, Lizardman already getting what he wants. Got Extreme in the corner. Got the Rashid pressure starting. Extreme actually getting a poke out, but it just ended there. Right? Like... But now these guys time. EX Donkey Kick.
Rashid just doing his Rashido things. Keeping that pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, Lizardman. I want to go back through his videos and count how many times he didn't anti-air something. So nice on that. Sweet V-trigger. Classic Ryu. Is it the best combo he gets off that? Or is that just like the easiest confirm?
For who?
Rashid's crush counter.
Rashid's crush counter?
Yeah, I think it was crush counter. I don't even remember what it was crush counter of though anymore. Oh well.
Probably
We saw the
some more
parry.
space to optimize.
That was hype. For those of you who missed it, there was a parry. It was hype.
Down to the wire
Just like
here.
that short Yukin.
Is this game going to keep going, or are we done? It's keeping going.
I think it was just a little early on the throw. He probably had the right read because Ryu didn't do anything Extreme Ways. Like he just sat there blocking, but
Might have even been lagged.
Gets it punished. Sure, you can. Yep, every time. That's such a good answer here too, because it covers like every angle behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Good damage. Such a good anti-air.
It even goes up pretty far.
Yep. That means if a Blanca is floating at the top of the screen.
Rashid wins.
Mr. Rashid, the Lizard Man 301,
Fight.
taking that game one. Streamways, a little bit on the back foot, but certainly had a strong showing. Took around himself. Right. Rashid getting to do Rashid things, but you know, Ryu never gets to do Ryu things, let's be honest. He always has to play the opponent's game.
But I mean, that's what he
that's just the
specializes
character. I mean, yeah, that's like how the character works. Even in other Street Fighters, right? Ryu just played the opponent's game. Your hope was to beat them out, regardless of that. Not necessarily to stop them. Like Rashid is kind of like, I gotta play my game. I gotta play mine. Don't let them play theirs. Ryu's just like, my goal is to not let you do what you want to do, rather than to do what I want to do. Every time. That anti. Getting close to stun. Try to bait the DP. Extreme ways not budging, despite his extreme ways. Did you see that parry? The failed parry because of the empty jump. Oh, interesting. Interesting fireball there. Maybe it was meant to be a DP. Either way, Lizard Man takes it.
Rashid wins.
What do we need to see out of Extreme Ways, Revan?
Feel like we need to see some more punishes on some of Rashid's things here, or even just contesting.
Rashid?
Not even necessarily punishes.
Exactly. You got to contest it, right? It might not feel good to contest it because he has options to beat your contesting it, but like, he's got to do it, right? He's got to do it. Alright, now he's trying to keep him out with those Hadoukens, right? We didn't see that too much before. We are seeing it now. Unfortunately, doesn't throw him into the corner there. Would have been a good opportunity.
And there's the donkey kick, wall bounce, love that we need out of Ryu.
Dude, the parry is so hype, honestly, just because of like the animation and the sound effect. It's so nice, it's so clean. Like, that was an obvious parry. He V-triggered and he could see the move in his face to parry it. Like, it's not like... it was good that he V-triggered that time, but you know, like, we were ready for it. It was still fucking... Alright, see, there we go. We're seeing some EX Shoryukens. Getting him out of the pressure. Right, you only have so much bar for that, though, so you gotta stay out as long as possible. He's doing so. EXDP of Lizard Man zone. Ooh. Maybe expected the pressure reset right there instead just gets the heavy punch. Ooh. I wonder if he could. Oh, there, he had a bar. Alright. Expected the throw. Good read on Lizard Man.
You almost had me worried there.
Final round. Fight.
With that throw-in ball move. We got Reethan typing.
Just dealing with some TO stuff in the background here. Insight's got this, though. He's a one-man casting machine.
When did that happen?
Ryu says, are you checking those toes? I am.
Ooh, missed the dash on the fireball there.
This is quite a scramble
a lot
here.
of those EX mixers. Right, which is a little bit interesting because Ryu is not sincerely trying to pressure. He's not in love with the idea of pressuring.
And there's that massive parry into the EX donkey kick for the game.
Yeah, parry is a nice tool for contesting Rashid's pressure. Definitely.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at a lot more contestation here. Some of it coming in the form of EXDPs in the middle of those pressure strings, which seems to be working out for him pretty well.
Round one. Fight!
I was gonna say something, but I forget. Whatever. So yeah. You know, alright, maybe Extreme's got a better read on how Lizard likes to do his pressure. You know, has a better idea of when to throw these out. They've been successful so far, so they're definitely working. But maybe he just realized, oh, that's what I need to do. Right? He wasn't doing it before. He's like, alright, I just need to bust it out sometimes. Whew. That was really weird. I feel like most other DPs would caught Ryu's toes right there. But spinning mixer a bit too high in the air, not too much on the ground, kind of like almost low profiled it essentially.
So is this match point for this Rashid? No. We at least got what, 2 more here? Maybe even a whole nother game.
Fight!
Maybe Extreme Ways is showing like, a lot more dominating ever
His ways
since.
have become more extreme.
You know, that's actually a weird name for Ryu playing. Especially one that's not like matching DP.
Maybe he's just waiting
I
for
want to see
Evil
some
Ryu.
Daigo DPs. Give me some Daigo. Man, half the people in this chat probably don't even know what Daigo DPs are.
Oh, and he wasn't quite able to get that parry out in time.
Yeah, I think, right, V-Trigger obviously not invincible the whole way through. That's not how that works, so I think it was hella meaty on him in that activation. Couldn't do anything about it. But you know he wanted it. You know he wanted it.
I feel like he could have got a little bit more of a out of that confirm.
There we go. Does this kill?
There, that will kill. All right.
Doesn't even burn the meter on the EX uppercut to make sure. Just goes with the good old Shoryuken, the classic stuff, the classic before when invincibility used to be on all of them and he didn't have to give a fuck about spending meter. Classic season 1 Ryu.
Round 1. Fight!
Classic. Alright, let's see what's up. Extreme Ways, Lizard Man. Extreme seems to have the read, honestly. Winning the last 2 rounds pretty cleanly. Right, like the first 2 games, Lizard took those cleanly, but now Extreme's turn. Now it's Extreme's turn. Like, he's already got Lizard respecting his defensive options. So, we were talking about before, Rashid not getting to do Rashid things too much because Extreme Ways playing Ryu the right way, stopping him in his tracks so many times that he's telling him, no, you're not allowed to do. Just overheads him. Alright, but nice cat. Oh my god, he missed it. He accidentally got heavy punch, just missed the input. Gets it anyway. Alright, and didn't get punched too hard for it. Didn't get punched.
Still a close round. This is gonna be down to the wire.
I mean, now Lizardman's on point. You know, Extreme Ways was feeling good. Like, he felt like he had made every adaptation he needed. Now Lizardman took a round. He took another round. On edge, last game. Good throw. See, that's what I'm talking about. Defensive options by the Ryu there. Yep, poking out is a defensive option. Unfortunate, no punish there from Lizardman on the block sweep.
There's the throw. Really only need 1 more here.
No, we haven't actually seen too many anti-airs out of Ryu.
I mean, that's the story of this evening, though.
Yeah, I mean, Lizardman's anti-airs have always so good, you know. So good.
And I mean, that's what's taken him this far, I think. A lot of good pressure, a lot of good anti-airs.
Getting intense. Oh my god.
What happened there?
He got him with a little bit of the fake out, right?
The no mix-up?
He did something. I think it was parry, maybe? He did something. And then Lizardman tried to react to that, but the something was so quick that he recovered and threw the fireball.
Oh, I think maybe Capcom screwed me out of that one. All I saw was Ryu sitting there, and Rashid sitting there, and then Ryu threw a fireball. It was just a stare down into fireball.
Quick, even Rethan didn't notice it. Maybe he even like literally just stood up. He just stood up. That might have been all it was. I think it was a parry though. But I could be wrong. See right there, still no anti-air. I think he tried. Maybe missed the DP motion. Maybe did the wrong DP.
Ooh. I don't know if that was a baited parry or if just parried at the wrong time.
He might have been waiting for a DP, but he did a parry.
Lizard Man's gonna take that game and the set.
Yeah, well done, well done. Takes that adaptation back, right?
Wins.
You know, I had to say though, Extreme kind of lost the first game and a half, maybe even both games you can call it, just because he wasn't ready for all the stuff Lizardman had to throw at him. He wasn't ready to be playing at that speed against that stuff. Right, and he realized what was going on in game 3, started bringing it back, and I have to wonder how the set might have changed when we saw that adaptation from both players after game 3. The set might change differently if he was just prepared from the start for that game 1 stuff.
All right, so unfortunately we are getting a call here. It's been discussed up through the admins of the Discord and whatnot, and it looks like we're getting the call to DQ Stowaway or Polyamory because it has come out that there's a pretty good possibility that that is actually a Smurf account, and we haven't been able to get a hold of Stowaway to contest it either. So in the absence of any kind of back and forth on that, we're just going to go ahead and err on the side of caution there. It's a very new account with basically a 90% win rate straight up into gold and no other matches. So
That sounds like a Smurf account to me, yeah.
Yep, so we're going to bring Adam R back here for the losers finals.
It would be really unfortunate if he's not, but by the fact that he's not contesting it, right? Mm-hmm. Especially when you know he's here, because he was waiting for the tournament, right? So it sounds like he just dipped when he was asked the question.
So that's going to mean that our next match we're going to see is going to be Losers Finals with Extreme Ways 76 versus Adam R. So he's still got another chance pulling it out of the graveyard to see if he can get that win.
You know he's looking for it.
Oh, he wants it. He's thirsty.
He wants it bad. He's been at every tournament Dude, this man.
You know the only thing he needs to do to get this win, right? He's got to whip out the thong.
Clearly. Nah, you gotta wait for grand finals. It's the one thing he hasn't done. Gotta wait for grand finals. Not even just grand finals. The reset on the grand finals. Then he busts it out. Literally.
I mean, how are you going to get a read on the thong? That thing's unpredictable.
No idea which way that thing's going to wag. Hey, look, there's that run back you were asking for way back when.
There it is.
In the loser's side, even more on the line, in my opinion. Best of 5, so that's a nice place to run him back. To see all those games in.
This is the path of my destiny.
The grudge match. Adam R versus Extreme Ways. Ryu versus Urian.
Round 1.
That beard, though.
Fight.
That beard. And those sideburns from Urian. You see those sideburns? I honestly never noticed those sideburns.
They're manscaped. It's fine.
Like, I didn't even realize he had sideburns. I'm a beat. Like, just straight. Didn't notice shit about it.
They blend straight into the look.
They really do. They really do.
Alright, there's the anti-airs we need in this tournament.
Most people can't pull off sideburns. Urian, now that I'm looking at it, he can't either, but like, you know... I got the armor up. See, like, just... You know, Ryu, it can be a little bit harder to anti-air just because, right, you gotta do the DP, you know, and, it's a great anti-air if you can do it, but that's a motion you gotta do, it takes longer.
Yeah.
So you gotta react a little bit earlier, right? But, and you gotta make sure not to miss input. But, like,
You gotta get that buffer in.
you gotta be doing that, but that's the character.
Were you trying to bait something with that parry?
Yeah, going for some kind of read there. You know, in fact, I saw him earlier try to anti-air with parry, which of course, right? Like that's a solid option.
It does work.
a
I mean,
move,
it's a
like-
one-button anti-air. It's definitely an option there.
So like, you might as well DP, right? DP's just better. DP will guarantee the hit. Is immune to everything. Doesn't use that that V trigger. Then again, you do get more damage if you land the parry. But right, the parry it just didn't work out. Adam just didn't push a button. Didn't hit the parry. Punished him for the thing. Like that wouldn't happen with DP. Especially if you're gonna be playing like this more defensive versus my opponent style, right? Really playing the player stuff. Like then you gotta get that anti-airing and stuff on point to make sure that they respect you more because they have to. That's what you gotta get them to do. You gotta get them to respect you so that they can't just run their game on you.
Oh, what can we get out of this Ageless Reflector combo? Not as much
get
as last
another-
time. Wait, second chance? Nope. There's the toes.
Yeah, and you have to wonder what he was trying to do there. Got him hit. Maybe meant to EX headbutt. Misinput the timing or something.
Round 3, game 1. That's how I like to see these, just back and forth. I feel like Ryu could get a better punish off that, but as long as he's punishing it consistently, that's what matters.
Take what you can get.
Ah, missed a beautiful crush
Yeah,
counter there.
that would have been nice to have. That's the say. That's for sure.
Want to see that shiny Ryu parry,
Seems like he's looking for it or something, right?
like a Pokemon.
You know, Extreme Ways loves that parry almost as much.
Somebody was trying to explain the other day. I forget what stream I was watching. Might have been Sajam.
Yeah.
He was talking about the V trigger 2 on Ryu. How even if it's not the best V trigger in the game, it is a good V trigger in just that it's going to make your opponent play a certain way because they know you have that parry.
The threat. The threat is all that matters.
It's all about the threat.
Like you know, saving that 1 bar for EXDP. That means that they have to respect the EXDP. If you have 0 bars, suddenly they don't even have to think about it.
Yep. So I mean, it just gives you a whole nother layer of mind games that's available to you.
And when it's something like a V trigger where the timer is going down slowly, that almost makes it more threatening because they feel like, okay, I have to be worried about this option more so right now, and then I don't have to worry about it later. Whereas like EXDP, they're like, well, I always have to worry about it, so I'm not gonna worry. It's weird how that works.
Playing some footsies, getting some confirms.
That's what we're talking about. Got to read those fireballs, but just jump on reaction. Woo. Woo. Scrambles. Hadoukens. Taking advantage of Adam's overly passive nature during that threat of the V trigger. Alright, but this should work it out. Unless he doesn't drop the combo.
Is that gonna be it?
Oh, he actually got
got the reset.
just a glimmer. But alas.
There was hope for a moment.
I didn't even see any life. Well, apparently he was still there. So little life, the Aegis Reflector probably could have tripped him out. Despite this game not having chip kills without CA. That's how little life he had. Alright, getting close to stun. Adam's got in the corner back. Alright. There we go. That's what you do when you're back in the corner, right? Oh. Oof. And that really hurts for Urian as well, because he spent the beater. He spent that one bar.
And Ryu said, resources? I'll take those.
Yep. Yeah, see, I gotta imagine that, like, Extreme knows
Armored right through that DP.
that you shouldn't be jumping these fireballs on reaction, but I'm still seeing it anyway. That's, like, really weird. Really weird to me. Maybe he just doesn't know. Hopefully you can get at least the adaptation that he shouldn't be able to do it because he's been punished for it every time so far.
Round 1.
And I mean, this is some long range adaptation here from Adam, because they played pretty early on. And Extreme, I mean, I don't want to over hype it here, but he kind of won that one pretty consistently.
Did he? I thought it was a tough battle.
I felt like he had some strong reads by the end there. Like, I'm not saying it was a blowout or anything. I'm just saying I felt like it was a convincing win.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It was too long ago. I don't remember shit. I have really bad memory. But it is what it is. See, even right there, like, Adam did a late jump over Extreme's fireball. He should have been right to anti-air. Adam had shown that sequence before. With the air reset throw after his throw combo with Aegis Reflector.
And the jump over fireball for the round.
Yeah, and there we go. That's how you gotta do it. You gotta just jump ahead of time. Can't wait for the fireball. Alright, here we go. Adam's dropped that combo so many times today.
And I mean, the thing is, unfortunately, with trying to jump Urian fireballs on Reed, he can just always air fireball and blow you right out of the sky.
Yeah, or you just, you know, do neither and do a normal anti. That's the problem with any jump-in reads. But, you know, the payoff is there. The payoff is there, because if you hit that jump-in, like, that's a full combo. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, that should be a good, at least a third of somebody's life bar on any jump-in. Oh, and there we go. Extreme Ways putting a point on the scoreboard.
Ryu wins.
Should DP.
That's not as flashy, though. And I mean, it still killed. Come on.
Hey. You're right. You're right.
Round 1.
I love that parry, but it was pretty clear that's what he was fishing. I didn't notice, though. You know, it's always harder to notice when you're the one.
Urian likes trades, though.
Right. Watching, it's easier to see these types of things.
Yep. And I mean, that is, I think, one of the big skills when it comes to trying to start playing these games at a higher level, is the ability to play the game while watching your own game, if you know what I mean.
Adapting?
Yeah, just being able to not only play your opponent in the moment, but also start paying attention to things like patterns, you know, what are they consistently doing? What are they consistently not doing? Is there anything that you're doing that's not consistently working? And being able to adapt on the fly.
Yeah, because some things might be obvious if you watch it, but then far less so while you're playing. But, you know, once you get to a top level, pro players, then suddenly it is obvious when you're playing.
And Urian just needs one touch here. Just anything.
Hey, so does Ryu. Not anything, though. But that is certainly...
Oh! We're
If he
both on
actually
a
just
pixel
went EX
now.
Fireball, that would have been it.
20 seconds on the clock. And the
Neither
toes
player
have it.
really any health. Honestly, like if you just showed me the life bars right now, I could not tell one.
Round 2. Fight.
Need to pull up some Photoshop magnifying to that shit. See the little pixel on Urian's life bar there. Oh, doesn't quite get the whiff punish. Only a jab. The crouching medium kick. Into fireball. The classic. Staple Ryu since early 2000s. Maybe even before. There we go. Okay. Unfortunately, missed that donkey kick. I don't know how tight that link is, but we have seen him miss it a couple times actually. He actually throws his fireball into the reflector anyway, and we've got hit by that.
Urian wins.
And that's going to be it for Losers Finals. That's going to be Adam R. back in the Grand Finals again.
Adam taking that 3 out of 5 set, getting his revenge over Extreme Ways, putting him down in the losers of the bracket in the first place. But Adam's the one sitting pretty in Grand Finals now. Good stuff, though, to Extreme Ways taking 3rd place. That will certainly qualify him for the tournament so far, looking at our current leaderboard points at least.
So what I'm being told right now is we already know Adam R. because he used to be Y Alex, which the Y was WI for Wisconsin. We know he's from Wisconsin. We know Monk Unit's from Wisconsin because that's his brother. But Lizardman301 is also from Wisconsin.
And how do you know that?
Because it says it in the Twitch chat.
You need to stop believing Twitch chat.
So what I'm seeing right now here is this is actually not even an online tournament anymore. This is just Wisconsin locals.
Guys, you should make it out to. I'm pretty sure there's probably only like one in the state every month or something. Like you live in fucking Wisconsin for some.
You guys
reason.
need to get together, get together in Discord here, plan a carpool, and get out to your Wisconsin monthly.
Yep.
You need to get jerseys made up. Just here you go. Go to the match arena. We'll put the link right back up on stream. Get yourself some new Challenger jerseys. Get out to your Wisconsin local and show them what we got. All right, so let's get these guys
Play
in
some
here.
Offline, show the true test. You know, as good as online is nowadays, offline will be better. Always and forever.
So I've got
Especially
an invite
honestly,
back
because
out
this
to
netcode
Lizardman.
kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean the netcode is what it is.
Yeah, I need to deal with it. Like it's good enough, but I mean.
So apparently, Because I'm Batman is also a Wisconsin local, and Lizardman says he went to the local yesterday, and Because I Batman bodied him free.
Well, but was Adam there? And why was not Adam not there if he wasn't?
I guess he
That's
just
the real
doesn't care about
question.
the spirit of competition.
The answer is because he was watching the local on stream, downloading Lizardman's play, so we can body him today in tournament in grand final.
Oh, was that what happened?
No, and probably because he lives really far away from it or something. I don't know fucking.
I'm saying you got to get that carpool going.
I gotta say, my reason for not going to is usually I don't want. I will go to almost any tournament if someone else drives me. Don't care how long I gotta drive. Don't care if I gotta get a hotel. Just someone else gotta drive me.
I go out to my locals on the weeklies out here a lot of the time. It's a good experience. It's fun.
I used to make it out more, but just past year or so I haven't. Whatever.
It happens. You know, life.
It's actually helped me a lot that I've gotten to play a lot more friendlies outside of tournaments, right? Before I used to go to tournaments a lot more because I didn't get to play those friendlies, but now that I do, it's like I don't care as much to go to a tournament, spend that money when I don't have to. But it's still fun to go out. Would still love to, but like now it's just no longer worth the drive.
Here we go. Adam R. contesting Lizardman's pressure says, I don't think it's real.
Yeah, I mean, it's real, it just doesn't... Having gaps